correctly, they have these one side of the city is like uh, common and wealthy people and stuff like that, and there's like all these other. If I remember, because it's been a couple weeks, there's these slums where they're neglected. They're not as
Okay.
rich as everybody else.
Okay,
The wings.
I'll break it down for you like this. There are two forms of Nemesi that are around. There's the ones
I
with the wings. There's the ones without wings. The ones without wings are treated like lesser people because they don't have the wings. Um, the queen, who is named after their goddess Strike, the queen is trying to change that. It's been a tough task. Unfortunately, like she said, they're outnumbered like 10 to 1. They're doing their best. She's doing her best to alter the mind frame of the rest of her people who have lived this way for thousands of years. This has been how it's always been to them, and change is tough for a lot of people. So you can imagine how much of a challenge she's having. And basically, all that happened was once you guys started asking questions, things got around. Oops.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of
So
those
we
things.
straight.
Well, it's one of those things that they wanted to validate doing what they're doing now, and they're using you as their validation, even though that's not the case. Their validation is just that they want to treat the wingless like fucking slaves. So that's what they're going to do. The queen does not like that and has been putting rules into effect to alter that. Like she's allowed wingless into the military, wingless into things like that, and it's gotten pretty heated, and it's gotten a lot of she's gotten a lot of slack for it from those who still see the other way.
Well, is there anything we can do to prepare, or just pick off some strikers?
It's up to you guys. I mean, I'm leaving it up to you. You guys have a back way in because that's how you got out. Galahad, since you did miss, basically I was going to have it where things just started popping off while you were in the city. You walked away from your group to go check on something you saw, ooh, shiny, or something, or you went to a bar just to kind of relax, and then suddenly
Damn it! I miss all the fun.
Literally a civil war.
Yeah,
God damn it!
Suddenly a civil war happens.
Less than 3 hours, too.
Yeah, not even.
I was just in there having a drink. Jesus Christ! I left for 10 seconds.
Can't leave these guys alone at all. See, they have to have babysitter.
Apparently, it's Galahad. God help us all.
I know, right? But basically, how I'm going to do it is, as the Civil War began to pop off, a hooded figure came into the bar, found you, literally grabbed you, said, "You need to go now," and started dragging you to a location. It took you through.
Okay. Seems reputable, but sure.
Yeah, you didn't meet him. Unfortunately, the rest of your group did, or else, they would be able to tell you, hey. But remember, you guys also still have the telepathic link between each other, so you guys can communicate. But basically,
is it the Rakshasa?
No, this is not
Can
a
I
Rakshasa.
inside him? Okay.
You're welcome to inside all you want. This one's just trying to save your ass. Because they know the rest of your group is no longer in the city.
Okay. I guess I'll follow him. I'll just take a couple drinks to go.
Okay. As he leads you through a back room down into a tunnel, and you guys seem to be going forever. If you want to ask him questions, you're welcome to. He will answer your questions. You do notice that even with the hooded cloak, he has no wings. You've seen
What the fuck is going on?
You've seen a few of these around, and you knew that they tend to be treated rather rudely. They tend to be treated like slaves and second class citizens. They're
Out of character, it was a female.
no, this is a male. Actually, you guys did meet a male, remember? Because the male is the one who called you into the room.
Yeah, but it was a female that got us out of there.
Yes, well, this male knows the way too.
Okay.
Mainly because I just said it, and we're gonna go with it.
Okay.
He looks at you. There's a civil war, and unfortunately, they're using your group as an excuse to really kick this thing off.
Oh, isn't that magical? Are we gonna be able to get out of here safely? Where's my party?
I'm taking you to them. They've taken
What's
it.
your name? Who the fuck are you? Sorry, I'm quite drunk. I'm dropping a lot of F-bombs.
All good. My name is Ozark.
Ozark.
For those who need it.
Alright.
Remember, every time I say a name, I'll type it out so that way you guys, if you want to add it to your journal or whatever.
Like the mountain.
Yes.
Yeah, like the mountains.
Like the show.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have a safe way out of the city, or where?
Taking you through it now. You guys are going through this tunnel network, and it seems like you're not sure why, but this tunnel network has seemed to have been here a long time. Go on for probably a couple hours before finally you appear through a little bush area, and as you appear with Ozark with you, you see centaurs. They apparently are keeping watch.
Oh my god!
They're allies. They are.
This is the best day ever.
They're currently aiding your associates. You should be able to find them with. They should be able to take you right to them. I have to get back to the city.
Well, thank you, friend. I appreciate your aid. Sorry for my friends kind of doing this whole thing. Sorry.
This needed to be done. We were getting tired of being treated incorrectly. This was bound to happen anyways.
It's about to get bloody, so might want to get a sword, probably.
We're already prepared. He moves his cloak, and you see 2 swords on him.
Hell yeah. Alright, well, good luck, my friend.
He nods.
Is he with us now?
He nods, and to you as well. Short time later, Galahad, you follow the centaurs. The leader, the one who talks to you, his name... Oh, fuck, where are my list of names?
Centaurius.
No, I'm not going to make it that corny. His name is Pala.
Paula?
Pala. He tells you he'll take you directly to your friends. And they do. If you choose, they don't mind. They actually offer to allow you to ride one of them to make the trip faster.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. You ride a centaur. The small group...
have you heard of...
Go ahead.
So, can I take this time to tell you of the Lady Solana?
They kind of chuckle. Paula, the one who you decided to, hop on his back, he goes, actually, I am a follower person.
God, bros. I fist bump. No, I can't fist bump him. He's a centaur. A galloping centaur.
They have hands.
Yeah, they do have hands.
They're
What
right.
kind of...
Hold on, I'll get you a picture.
What the
I'll get you a
fuck?
picture so you're not
know what a
confused.
centaur is,
Oh
right?
my god, I'm a fucking idiot.
What were you thinking?
I saw, like it just had the 4 legs of the horse and no arms.
Just a human head? What kind of
Arms with
nightmare?
front hooves. Jesus Christ.
Oh my.
Okay.
Only
I
Galahad.
fist bumped the
Only
centaur.
Galahad.
Quite drunk, reminder.
All
No
good.
excuse, but wow, okay.
Specifically, give me a second, I gotta save it. So you have a general idea of what they look like. Even though, for some reason, you
Picturing
now
the guy
figured
from
it
Harry
out.
Potter.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
There you go. That's Paula.
Hell yeah. Nice glaive.
Yeah, well, he's not carrying that currently, but he's got the sword on him. As you guys finally get into the camp, you could see there's probably a good 600 to 700 of these guys. They're male and female. You see that. There is obvious difference. Obviously, the female have coverings. And as you get there, Galetus and Razik, you see Galahad showing up on Paula's back. Paula, is actually the leader of the Centaur force.
Okay.
Ah, Galahad, you finally joined us.
So
What did you do?
we can
What
explain.
did you do?
We can explain. There was. Remember when we first met, we saw some injustice going down, and we fixed it right then and there.
Of course.
Well, we tried doing that again, but bigger, with like a whole society in an afternoon.
Because if you're going to do things, go big.
Yeah, so I don't know if you noticed there's some wingless types that they aren't getting treated right, and we thought that well, maybe we ought to meet up and gather these people together and maybe convince them that it's time for things to change. And while we were planning this, somebody snitched.
Oh man.
We were overheard, and before we could defuse that situation, the Chronon's forces, and that's in a mixture of xenophobia and bubbling up rage that had been simmering for a long time before we even got here, kind of all came to a head, and now there's a bit of a civil unrest.
Wow, this is the whole thing, isn't it?
A little bit.
Long story short, my friend, we stirred the pot and it got a little hot.
So
Seems
we
like a
got
worthy
these.
enough cause.
We got these centaurs here who are on the right side of history, and we're going to be marching on in to solve it.
I think battle with a centaur army at my side is probably on my bucket list, so I'm down.
If you guys can wait a few more days, we will have an army 10 times this size.
Just so you don't confuse.
That's too funny.
Oh, good grief.
Doesn't even have the one that I thought. That's how dumb I am. God, I came up with the whole thing.
Hey, that works too. Gotta make it interesting, huh?
This one's just BoJack Horseman.
Oh, that's too funny.
Would you said a week, 10 days?
A few
Do
more
we even have that long?
I would say it would take. We've already sent the word out. We've been sending out word ever since. We are scattered throughout the continent. They've allowed us to stay because we have not caused any problems, and with our association with the Queen, she has managed to give us an uneasy alliance with those who would do wrong to anyone. So our forces are quite large if we are gathered together, but we want to do it in subtle doses so they don't see a massive army, all coming in at once.
So were the centaurs like trying to free the lower castes, or did they have like another objective here? Were they just trying to take the city?
As
or...
far as you know, from what you've just been told, and we'll just say it takes a couple hours they talk to you, you find out that all they want is, they found out about the plight of the wingless ones and felt the exact same way you guys did. They thought it was fucked up, and
so they're just big guys.
Yeah, they wanted that gone. And they've already had issue with the Nemesi. First and foremost, you find out that originally this continent was theirs. Before the Nemesi showed up, this was their continent. This was their home. When the Nemesi came and everything turned to shit, this is where the Nemesi decided to settle, and basically picture white man and Native Americans back in the day.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. The centaurs dealt with it because they just didn't have the forces that the Nemesi have, nor were they able to fly and be able to combat their flight capabilities.
Okay.
Yeah, the wingless ones would be the Irish.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Cool.
So yeah, there's your catch up.
Yeah. Thank you. Shit, I don't know what we could do. Could we capture some like political opponents, like the of the winged ones?
There are a few who, Paula speaks. There are a few of the ones who follow Kronos who have been the most outspoken about any kind of change to the society. We know who they are, however. They're quite paranoid about anything, and they've, for a long time now, had a protective force that keeps them safe.
Hmm.
We can do it. I'm not saying we can't. I'm just saying it wouldn't be easy, and our forces obviously would be much more, well, not so subtle. Let's keep it at that.
Oh boy, I'm trying to think of a way to end this without a super huge amount of bloodshed, but not seeing it. Not seeing it at all.
The other recommendation that some of us were talking about is how about if we could at least pull, at least out of the capital city for now, we can work on the other cities later, but pull those who have been mistreated out and give them safe shelter for now. And then we can eventually turn around and try and retake some of the smaller places first.
Wait,
What?
how many? Like, what percent of the population is the lower caste? Would you say?
They make up about 30% of the population.
So it wouldn't like crush their like economy. If we were to take 30% of them, would they still be able to get food and stuff like that? Or are they like, what jobs do they have? Is there any difference in, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much picture them as pure slaves is basically what they were. So, they did all the hard work while the winged ones became the fighters and stuff like that. I mean, the wingless ones, they do know how to fight. They had to teach themselves. But basically, they are no match for, trained and battle-hardened fighters. Which is why they've never tried anything beforehand.
Yeah. So if we managed to get them all out of the city, they'd be in pretty rough shape because they've never done the job before, and they'd have to spend 30% of their fighters just to do the regular shit, I guess. I don't know. Am I crazy?
Yeah, but think about it. I mean, these are the same people who have been treating the wingless ones like crap, and forcing them into hard labor, and I mean, it's pure slave labor is what they are. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Would you really feel, would Galahad really care if they were forced to do the work that they had been taking for granted for so long?
Probably not, because they're assholes, I think.
Pretty much. I mean, from what you've gathered and from what they're telling you is that, aside from the Queen, and there is a small collection of those who follow Strike, who is firmly against Chronons and anything Chronon stands for, mainly because, well, Chronons is a dick. But she does have a following of people, of the winged ones who do believe that the wingless, have rights and should be allowed, to do the same things everyone else does, should be allowed the same jobs, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, they are a minority in the group. The total population, and this is how...
Is it cutting out on you guys?
Am I?
Not for me.
It must be my end. Hold on a sec.
Okay. But total population-wise, the followers of Strike are probably about 46% of the population. Not counting, if you count the wingless ones, take the wingless ones completely out of the equation. Followers of Strike are about 46%. The other 56% is followers of Chronons.
I see. Well, I don't know.
Well, let's evacuate. Let's get those folks safe.
Is the Queen gonna abandon the city though? That's the only thing. Then she'd be without any support.
Now, only interacted with her for a little bit, but she does not strike me to be the type to just up and leave.
Yeah.
She was building up this. She was trying to kind of usher in a reform of the way they do things, but in a much more slow and
Boring way,
I suppose
really.
easier to. Yeah, exactly.
It would have been
What a
less.
nerd.
It would have been less taxing on the wingless ones, though, the way she was doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
but don't misunderstand. You guys really didn't cause the issue. This issue was here a long time. We have been subtly working what we can, praying to to our individual deities for guidance, for any way to help solve this problem. The queen, it may be a fight with her to get her out of the city, but if we show her it's in the better interest for what she wants and that we can get it back later, we might be able to talk her out of it for a little while. However, she probably won't take it too kindly for too long. If we let it go for too long, she may take matters into her own hands.
Well, if we get her out and just starve them out, they'll have to come out at us as opposed to us attacking the walls. I don't know. Does that make sense?
It actually does. It's a popular siege tactic. Merely surround the place and force them. Basically make them starve where they're going to be weakened, where they're easier to deal with.
Yeah, and then we can just wait for them. We can kind of we could even make a wall ourselves. Hell yeah. And then they're fighting on our wall instead of us fighting on theirs. I don't know, we could make a wall around the city.
Well, you tried, Galahad.
Pretty much trap them where they have
Just
nowhere
throw it
to
on
go.
ideas. What was it, the Battle of Elysius? The one where Julius Caesar made the wall around let me look this shit up.
Paolo looks at you. Well, we have control of the woods that we're in now. This was one of the areas we were granted. So we have firm control over it, and we know it better than they do because they rarely, if ever, travel here. So if they did come our way, we would have the advantage because we know the terrain. I'm not saying we have to kill them all, but putting a nice dent in what force there is in the capital city would definitely make an impact.
So, trying to think how we can get those people out of there with as little loss of life as possible.
Well, there are many other tunnels that have been prepared long ago when the Queen originally came to us with her ideas. We were afraid that it may come to that. Some lead to the mountains to the north. There are at least 4 that lead here into the woods where they would be safe. The mountains are pretty much no man's land, and I believe there are some trolls and some giants up there, but honestly, anything is better than being in a city where, they have no power.
Perhaps
How well known was Lord Worthington among the followers of Cronons?
Are you asking Pal or are you asking me as the DM?
As the DM.
Okay. Lord Worthington, at one point in time, was like one of their, well, actually still is, one of the commanders for Cronon's forces. However, he didn't command the Nemesis because, honestly, the Nemesis saw him as a human and saw him as a lesser being as well. So he never got the respect. He ended up commanding the goblins, the orcs, everything he could basically exert his will over. He is known within the followers, with the rest of the followers of Cronons, but they don't give him any respect. They think he's just a puppet.
Now okay, what other figures in the Church of Cronons? Oh, Keresy's in the Roll20 now.
Oh, well, maybe she could make it.
So, well, all right, there we go.
Woot! Hey, Keresy.
I got home earlier than I had anticipated.
Awesome. We're glad to have you. Just so you know, I don't know if you saw on Discord. Unfortunately, we have lost Steel for the game.
Which one was Steel again?
He was the
Didn't
monk.
say-
He was the monk who was doing all the weapon making. He's the one who created your scythe.
Oh.
He had the master, and he
Yeah,
beheaded him, or beheaded the guy that attacked
Right.
the master.
yeah.
Did like something come up?
Real life took over. His job
Uh.
became a bit more hectic. He sent me a full message, and he was like, "I'm sorry, I have to." He was like, "I love the story. I love, playing with you guys, but he just couldn't do it."
Okay.
I told him if he wants to come back anytime, he's more than welcome. Unlike that other dude who will never come back.
Which one was that one?
The Aussie.
Oh, that one. The one who lost his internet.
No, I mean, he just lost his internet. I mean, that was, I'm not holding that against him. You guys didn't have to deal with the other one, I don't think.
Oh.
He was in my other two games, and it was more about what he and his character can do with his girlfriend than what his character can do in the game.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, awkward.
Out of character, did we ever find who was the other guy that stole from my family and shit? And then we found out he was like a agent for Chronons. What was his name again?
Oh, crap. Let me check and see. I know which one you're talking about. The
should've-
one who was actually a player.
Yeah, we should find him at some point and have
Oh,
a
I
little, little discussion.
Actually, I ended up. I deleted his character sheet, but I have him as an NPC now.
Ah, I see.
So
I
you
thought-
will.
Wasn't that the Aussie though?
No.
The Tiefling?
No.
There was two rogues. Remember, there was the one guy that snuck around my house at some point, and he saw my dad going into the woods with the cultists. And then, fuck, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember it either. I completely forgot.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, he's an NPC now, and trust me, I already had a plan on, eventually a side quest for you guys to get back what he stole from you, because you're gonna want him.
Let me write that down so I don't forget.
Okay, but so are there any like, known or would Razik know of any like heavy hitters in the followers of Chronons that the Nemesis might respond to?
There is one that specifically he is a Nemesis commander. So they obviously would respond to that.
Would
Hold on, I'm
would
looking
they
up his
respond to those
Hmm.
those that are the bearers of the elements or whatever? One of those guys. God damn it! What are they called? The like what we are. They have the amulets.
name. No, they.
No.
The queen is. The queen is also a member of your little group, and they're not responding to her. They fully. Remember, these guys are fully devoted to Chronons, because from what you guys know, the history you guys have been taught all your lives, is that Chronons brought forth the Nemesis. Whether he created them or whether he stole them from another world, it doesn't matter. No one ever knows. But what you guys do know is that he brought them forth, and that they were his army at one point in time. He has since obviously branched out because he's losing members. There's a lot of dissension within the ranks right now between the followers of Strike and the followers of Chronons, because Strike has taken over as the goddess of the Nemesis when Chronons was imprisoned.
So we know the commander. We like to know what he looks like, and
Yeah, and that's his name, by the way, Jarve. Yeah, you know exactly what he looks like. You've seen him. You didn't realize it was him, but you've seen him.
All right, folks, I got an idea.
Go for it.
You're gonna need somebody to disguise. Kirsty, I think this is where you come in.
Oh.
Either you disguise yourself or Galahad, or Galitas as Commander Jarve. So you can roll in there without too much kerfuffle and command that all the wingless Nemesis follow you, or whoever gets changed, and that way we can make our escape with them.
I'm pretty persuasive. Somehow.
Okay, so what happened in like the half hour before I got here?
Oh, basically we just pulled Galahad to the rest of you guys because Galahad was, the way we had it is Galahad was basically in a bar just getting drunk, and then somebody grabbed him and said, "Hey, you need to get out or die."
Okay.
And because he was drunk, he followed. It was Ozark, by the way, which is one of the wingless ones you got. Ozark was the one you guys actually met, the one who whispered you into his house to talk to.
All right.
It may not have been his name, but it is now for now, because I forgot. I know I gave him another name, I just can't remember it.
So, Curiosity, do you have anything anything that could help out with that? Any sort of illusion type spells?
I have disguise self, which would take care of me, or maybe prestidigitation could help.
Do we know the race of this man?
He's an amazing.
Nemesi.
And so he's elvish. So all we have to do is color the skin, and
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
Well, I think the spell would take care of everything as long as you know what they look like.
oh, okay. I thought we were doing a disguise kit or something.
I was thinking just the one person could go in. I mean, we can stand by if things go south, but
So were we just trying to what were we trying to do, sir? Just command the
try to saunter in there and whatever winged Nemesi are around, command them to round up the wingless so that we can usher them to safety.
Alright. It's worth a shot.
Paula looks at you guys and brings up one fact. Paula, by the way, because I know you missed it, Casey,
Commander.
is the commander for the Centaur forces. He's the one that's been helping you guys and basically giving you a place to hide for now. He looks at you and goes, "We might want to at least let the wingless know this is the plan, because if the winged ones begin just randomly rounding them up without any explanation, they will fight back."
Very true.
Also, we might run into the commander, which would be comedy, but not such a great situation.
Does
From what
anybody
you,
have?
I will say, from what you guys saw in the city, he wasn't there. You're not sure why, but he wasn't there. He was apparently somewhere else.
Does anyone have message or sending?
You're the sorcerer, man.
I wake up with what I got. I don't know what to tell you.
Kerosene has message.
Hey, well, there you go. We can, if you can just cast message to them and let them know telepathically that we mean them no harm. You know, that I think that'd take care of that, wouldn't it?
You guys had, technically with message, you do have to know the person you're going to message. You guys do know Ozark, and I know you know the female, but I can't remember her name for the life of me right now.
Ozarkette?
Ozark's the guy. The female, let me grab a name real quick. Fleera is the one who you originally talked to, who was the servant within the castle itself. Pretty sure I named her something else, but what the hell.
So which one do you guys think we should contact?
I think the one we talked to, Ozark.
Is he? Didn't he just leave? God damn it! He's probably.
Yeah, he just left. He's already halfway. But well, no, I mean,
You
as
motherfuckers.
long as he's on the same plane, Kerosene with message can get a hold of him, and he can easily, because he's going back that way anyways, he can easily let them know. You know, you're not sure how they have their network set up, but you have a feeling that he can get the word out.
Well, then it shall be done.
Okay, you send a
Okay,
message. Okay. Oh fuck! It's got to be within range.
Just kidding.
You know what?
What about the help of a dragon?
I was just gonna say, this is gonna be a unique message. technically it should be another spell, but I'm going to allow this one. Through the power of your dragon, message it's only someone you can see, but through the power of your dragon, who you still feel and he's around, you feel that you'll be able to extend the range of message as far as you need to. So we'll say you send them the message, let them know this is what you guys are planning. When the wings start rounding you guys up, make it look good, but not too bad. You guys will try your best not to, to make sure the wing don't go overboard with it, because unfortunately, they're dicks. Okay.
Oh god, this is gonna go so terribly. I can't wait.
Only because Galahad is here.
Yeah, almost definitely. This is gonna be pretty interesting.
You do see Paulo start giving orders. You hear him command 4 small groups to disperse and go to the cave openings, just in case. Knew that was coming. Knew that was coming. You're good. Okay.
So am I getting them to come out to the forest or to the caves, was it?
You're just basically whoever she casts it on. I mean, she did say she can alter herself. She does have the alter self spell. Or she can do it to you. DM recommendation, whoever has the better persuasion.
I think we're at the same. I'm at 18. Or I have a 9 persuasion. Actually, she's probably better. Don't bards get some?
Persuasion. No, I only have a 7 persuasion.
I've got 10 persuasion, 10 intimidation, and 10 deception, but I'm short. And
Damn it! The one thing.
High heels. I'm sure Kerosene has a spare pair.
You can stand on my shoulders. I'll go on my knees.
Didn't we
You
talk
get on my
about this
shoulders.
last week?
Well, remember,
you got size 14 heels.
remember, the Nemesi themselves are between 7 to 8 feet tall. So
Yeah,
you
you
would
could-
want somebody who's tall and be able to do it.
So it would definitely be me or Galahad, considering Kerosene's already.
I could do it, I guess, but I mean, I don't know what I need to do. I mean, I know I need to tell them that we're like to get the people out.
Are you super persuasive?
I have 2 in persuasion,
Nope.
Yeah.
so
need
not really.
We need either deception, intimidation, or persuasion.
Yeah, those would be the 3 he would pick
And
on. It depends on how you word it, on what I'd make.
I got a 2 in them all.
Yeah,
And I can give enhanced ability to whoever needs it.
that's true.
The only way.
And can I cast Disguise Self on someone else, or is it just Disguise Self?
I think it's just this guy's self.
I think it's this guy's self too, but you know what? Because I want to see how this plays out, I would allow it to be cast on someone else. I know technically it's probably another spell, but again, for purposes of story and more interesting facts, I would probably allow you to do it to someone else.
Alright.
What needs to be said again?
As long as Galahad promises not to kill anybody ahead of time.
What? You're the one that murders innocent rats. I don't
Here we go
kill
again.
No,
Time,
not this
time and a
again.
place. Time and a place. I know. I was there. It was horrible.
Paula's just
But-
watching y'all confused.
Sorry, you brought up some stuff. It's. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a
Galahad,
sensitive topic anymore.
Galahad, only because you love glaives, you do see Pala walk over to a tree that had a nice, gorgeous-looking glaive, like in the picture, and he picks it up and he goes, "We're ready for whatever. We have archers, we have
Do you-
others." Yes.
Do you happen to have a shield for me? I've been using this piece of shit. It's literally broken and has 20 hit points on it.
Holy shit. I'm leaving it up to the... Actually, roll me a d10. You, Galahad.
Alright.
Leaving it up to your roll.
Don't fuck me, roll 20. Oh, goddamn French keyboard, one second.
Hell,
That's too funny. Oh my, that's hilarious. You know, you could just click on the little dice thing over to the left.
Nah,
Okay.
nah.
You actually see him walk over. He talks to another male centaur. You see that male pull a shield off his back and hand it to him.
Ooh.
He comes back over. He hands it to you. You now have a +3 shield.
Oh, very kind. Is his glaive looking better than mine? I might want to hold on to that, actually.
I mean, his glaive is looking
No.
nice, but you don't know what kind of damage it can do. I mean, it could just
I
be a
was going to
standard.
maybe give him my old one, but I think I'll hold on to it just in case.
Galahad, my friend, would you prefer to have my Dragonbone longsword?
Oh, I have the Holy Avenger sword. I'm good to go.
The sword.
His sword.
Just offering my sword.
Are you going to need me to grab the wonder?
Sorry, kind of got off track there. So we
Alright, give
doing
me a
this?
minute.
well, if you're ready.
I'm terrified, but yes. God, I'm only good at persuasion. How am I going to persuade them to go? I can be intimidating, but I'm bad at that.
Your call. It just depends on how you word things. That's where the different roles come in. Like if you try and order them around, you may need intimidation. If you know, or I mean, deception is going to be a big role. I can tell you right now because you have to try and play this particular individual.
Enhanced ability is going to cover any charisma-based roles you got.
Okay,
So
let's
there
do
you
it. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
All right.
Oh, fuck
Seriously,
me.
let it rip.
That's a good idea. Let's do it. Let's see how it goes.
I can't wait to see this.
Jesus.
Take it away, Kersey.
Wow.
All right,
Oh,
you
you
We
might
got
want to
the somatic
inspire me
components.
a little bit. Might be helpful.
I always assume that if anybody can do this spell, you know, like even for wizards and stuff like that, I always assume that if they have the spell in their spell list, that they have the components they need. Thankfully for Kersey, she's a bard, so everything is easy.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and cast Enhance Ability on Galahad. And also throw in a guidance.
Hell yeah.
I
What
did
about-
not to murder yet.
A little bit of inspiration might not be amiss.
Hint,
You
hint.
gotta roll the bardic inspiration.
I think you have to give it to me, though.
Yeah, you officially have to say you give him bardic inspiration.
Oh, I give him bardic inspiration.
There we go.
I feel so inspired. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I swear to God, if you fuck this up.
Oh, I can't wait. I
I
can't
like
wait to
sing
fuck
that
it
in
up.
the sing-song voice.
Are you guys gonna be in the city anywhere? Or should you guys post
we'll
up, like,
be
around?
we'll be close by. We'll be
That's reassuring.
I'll be in the hidey
I
hole.
swear we'll be close. Can I insight check?
You're welcome to.
That's
No,
not
it's not
terrible.
I'm gonna be there. Don't you worry.
Okay. All right, actually, let's take a quick 5 minute because
Jesus
I
Christ,
can't wait to see
please.
how this goes. But let's take a quick 5 minute because the wife needs my help for a second. So I'll be right back. I am dying to see how this goes.
That's the best. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm dying to see how this goes. So
Check in Discord.
Oh,
Check
should
in
leave
Discord.
Discord.
I'll be right back.
The best I could do with a mouse.
Beautiful. Truly beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna run to the washroom real quick.
All right, we all here?
Galahad went to the bathroom.
Oh, okay, good. If you need, you can just drag it from there. Sorry, I tried to make that as quick as possible. Oh, I can't wait to see this. Let's see if Roll 20 wants to be nice to you guys tonight or not.
I have a funny feeling it won't be.
Yeah. The way sometimes he rolls, who knows?
I'll get back to that.
Alright, is everybody here?
I think so.
I think Rezik might have stepped out.
This is gonna be a fucking disaster.
Esperini! Little sneak.
What's up?
Listening in on Thursday game, huh?
Yeah, just for a little bit.
All good.
At least the favorite comedic relief is here today. Now you're talking about kerosene.
Now we're just waiting on Rezik.
Galahad.
Oh, we all knew who you were talking about.
Yeah, I picked up on it.
That was quite obvious.
I'm just trying not to cry right now. I'm so scared.
Very true, Esperini. Very true.
I'm the one on the left.
Yes, you are. That is definitely your character right there.
Oh, kerosene. I'm a sweet child.
Once you fuck 10 devils, you get an honorary tail. Devil tail. Is that how it works in D&D?
Anything can happen in D&D because the whole term of it's FM, man. Fucking magic.
I rolled to grow a fucking devil tail.
Hell yeah.
What would that even be?
Oh no, they're sending me. They're saying go, wait, go in, fighter.
Oh no,
Go
yeah,
do it.
yeah, no, they're sending the paladin into it. Yeah, this should be an interesting skill check, if nothing else.
Oh, Jesus. So are they gathering them all up in a square, like a circle or something like that, or are
No,
they just
basically,
getting
which
ready right now?
no, well, what you're gonna do is when you walk in, you're gonna have them gather them up and basically like escort them out with the small force, because
Okay, so they're just aware that I'm.
yeah,
They just.
the wingless ones are completely aware of your plan. Well, it's currently disseminating. By the time you get to the city, it will have fully gone through everybody. They will wait for your signal before they fake put up a fight because they want to make it, as realistic as possible. If you can get them out, that's more power to you.
Fuckers that told on us.
Well, here's the catch. It's a risk.
God damn it.
Yeah.
To go kill those people.
It's a
With the
risk.
damn rat.
You guys got to find out who did it, and right now you don't know. But that's the kind of risk you take when you do stuff like this.
Oh, I love it. I hope I die, kind of. It'll be glorious.
Got that second character prepared there, Galad?
I'm triggered. Sorry, nothing. Yes, I got
What
my
just happened?
second
What just
and
came out of your mouth?
never mind.
He's been drinking real life.
I'm trying to keep up with Galahad. But don't say the word rat to me right now. I'm still steamed.
Man, this is such a sensitive topic.
Oh man, in this group it is. It's hardcore.
We do not talk about the rat.
Yes, we don't talk
Don't
about
bring
rats.
up the rat. Every rat is sacred.
Uh,
Yeah.
That was one awesome session, though.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We argued over a rat for about 20 minutes and what we were going to do with it.
I feel like that was a session that nearly pushed you to just be like, you know what, fuck it, I give up. You guys can run the game.
And if I remember correctly, I tried to shoot an arrow at it and
I
trying to
used
shoot it
to
into the
remember.
flame.
I think someone hit it like out of the air. Either myself or Razik
I
hit
think
it
it
out of
was
the air.
Razik.
Yeah, it was Razzie.
Yeah.
I rolled to steal it back.
It's awesome. One of the weirdest but most interesting sessions I've had so far.
Yeah.
The other nights did have some weird sessions, but 20 minutes arguing about, killing a rat was ultimately quite interesting.
Also, the philosophy of necromancy was interesting.
Yeah, there we go. That was another one. Yeah. I got to admit, when you guys get together, we have some really weird sessions, but they always end up quite.
Yeah.
Definitely make for some fun stories to tell people later.
It's just being creative.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the way it should be. I mean, I love it when that stuff like that happens because like I said, basically I just give you guys a setting and you guys run with it whatever way you want. So, 20 minutes arguing about a rat, I was dying laughing.
No, do not throw the rat into the flames.
Yeah. Just yeah. Ammo.
There ain't nothing Galahad can do about it.
Remember, it was more Razik that had the issue with it than anybody.
I was pretty offended.
Yeah, I was gonna say Galahad threw a pretty big piss fit.
I used my Revivify on it.
Why were we trying to save a rat in the first place? I don't even remember.
Because it is one of Solana's wonderful creatures.
They're fucking morals.
It is, but so is a deer. But when we get hungry, we kill it.
I don't see how that's relevant.
I remember bringing up that point in that session and being like, Galahad, do you eat meat? And he was like, yes. And I was like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's not a fair. It's a false equivalent.
If anything, rats in the wild are pests. I was doing the world a favor.
Maybe Galahad, since that point, you made a good point. Galahad, since that point, he's considering it. He wasn't smart enough to come to that conclusion before.
He's gonna put it in your food rations. And then be like, oh, I'm sorry, is that wonderful creature of Solana bothering you?
Oh my god, that's evil!
That is evil. Well, aside from Kersey trying to sleep with every major player she can find, it's apparently torturing his party members that makes it all the more interesting.
Mostly just Galahad. He and Razik are cool.
Where is Razik, by the way? God damn.
We're just waiting on him.
Yeah, really.
I have no idea what Tom was talking about.
It's Simple Plan, I think.
No.
Yeah, it's Simple Plan. It's how it's called Untitled, but the lyrics go, "How could this happen to me?"
Now I gotta look.
It's talking about a car wreck. It's talking about a car wreck, and it was a song when it first came out. It was for how most teenagers were drinking and driving. There was like a song for that.
In my 4 years of high school, I buried 13 friends due to drinking and driving.
Jesus.
Dear God, man. You mean you actually?
I knew
like,
all 13. I knew all 13 who died, and they were all drinking and driving at the time. And I told them all the same thing. I said, "You guys are going to all end up the exact same way." And I cursed the day I ever said that to them.
Dang, man. Sorry to
Yeah.
hear that.
It sucks. I mean, I tried to talk to him. I said, I was like, "You don't understand." I
Hey,
was
you
like,
gave them a
drinking.
warning, man.
Yeah.
You're trying to open their eyes.
I even,
Some people have. Well, I mean, I don't mean it like it sounds. I don't want to sound heartless, but yeah. What I meant to say is like some people have to learn the hard ways. I mean, I don't mean it's like it sounds so bad. It sounds rude.
See, now I'm looking up
I mean,
the video.
some people won't listen. What I meant was like some people don't listen until it's too late. I'll shut up now.
Oh yeah, I've heard that song.
I just noticed the forest that looks like a dick.
Only you. That's all I can say. Only you.
I mean,
I had
Not my
had
intention
this-
now.
I had this one ex-girlfriend, man, that we split up, and she got in a wreck with 11. She got in a wreck with 11 people. I don't know how it all went down, but there was 12 people in the vehicle. 11 survived, and she was the one that passed away. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. I think, from what I remember, they hit a bridge or something, and then it just careened. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, she was the one that passed away. Crazy.
okay, those circles were not me who did that.
I can
Sorry.
see the colors. You guys are going by the colors, so I know who did it. Not like I can't see that.
What? That wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
This is a false flag operation. Someone switched their color to mine and then did
Oh my
all this.
God.
I see when I do the new campaign, I'm gonna have to do new maps.
Can I? Do I have to erase it? How do I do this?
You have to
highlight
like,
where you
zoom in.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like-
there you go.
Is Razak alive even? Did he?
I don't know.
Oh, this month is No Shave November. Anybody doing it?
God help us. No.
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 I have a job. I have to shave at least once every so often.
Yeah, same.
They allow an inch of facial hair, so I can get away with that. But other than that, I have to keep it that way.
I'd have to wear a beard in it, and fuck that. That's not happening ever.
But where do you work that you have to wear a beard then?
I'm an apprentice meat cutter, so I'm working with food. I gotta wear it.
That's a really weird job title.
Yeah.
I remember when I worked at McDonald's, we had to wear beard nets, and the only time that we ever did was when the the big guys like came in and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the only time we ever wore them. Other than that, we never wore them. But McDonald's was like a nasty place anyway.
Yeah, sounds like McDonald's.
No wonder you find pubes in your burger.
Oh.
Good stuff.
That's why you find hairs in your
Extra
cheeseburger.
seasoning.
No, for the next campaign, I was actually considering instead of going for the Dragonborn sorcerer that I was thinking of, I kind of want. Shut up! I kind of wanted to. My dogs don't be quiet. I wanted to maybe like base a character off of my Halloween costume because it looked so fucking bomb. Like
It did. I actually
Yeah,
loved
that was
it. I
really
mean, that was an awesome outfit. You can if you want. I'm not stopping anybody. I mean, like I said, I mean, you guys can play whatever you want. All the races are still open. The new elemental races that I have are open as well. Oh, Ryzik's back. Okay.
Oh,
We're all
Jesus.
back.
Yeah, we're all back now.
No.
Here comes the fun. Go ahead, just trying to delay it as long as
Yeah,
possible.
that's me.
oh my god.
Okay.
I mean, relatable content, but
Topical.
Alright, Galahad. You start heading into the city. Razak, Keresi, and Galetus, I assume you guys take the hidden passageway.
Yes.
Okay.
I walk in like an arrogant commander of Nemesi.
Okay. As you get to the
I
gates,
tell the guards, ship up! Jeez! I just start yelling at all the guards, trying to get them to wake up.
please behave yourself.
roll an intimidation check.
Oh, Jesus, no!
You see what you
You
get?
said it.
I didn't
I
want to
told
do that! Oh my god!
You have
Okay.
advantage.
You do have
I
advantage.
thought it was just going to be natural
You also-
intimidation.
You also have guidance, so that's a D4, and you also have the inspiration.
But remember,
There.
you're just talking to the guards outside the gate. You really want to save some of that stuff for when you get inside and have to deal with them, because you only got that bardic inspiration one time.
Okay. Well, the guidance is on his next check, whatever it is.
Okay, so yeah.
That says.
Well, then you have
So
to
is-
use the guidance.
Would I be able to...
Oh no, my bad. One check of your choice.
Oh, okay, so he can choose. Okay.
But But you do have advantage for all your.
Sorry, wrong.
Uh,
21, you got advantage, all right. As
Step
you,
up and wait for me. I'm gonna need your help in a moment here.
they immediately come to attention. Yes, sir.
And I'll just keep walking.
Okay. As you're
How many
walking,
guards were there?
there are 4 currently out front. You
Four.
do see they are followers of Cronons.
Yeah.
You do hear some minor scuffles, but nothing as major as you were expecting. I mean, you kind of were pulled out and you thought, oh shit, the world's, there's a riot going on, and you come back in and there's, you only hear a little bit of fighting here and there, but mostly what you see is a large influx of sudden Chronon's followers marching all around. As soon as they see
How many
you,
are large?
right now you're just coming into the city. You see a squad of 7 Nemesi. They're all marching in order. As soon as they see you, they stop and, come to attention.
I need you to go and wrestle up all the scum in this area and send messages to the other people and tell them to do the same and bring them here immediately. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. And they bolt.
Oh, that went well. I'll just start. I'll help them out in that. And I'll kind of spread the word across the town, gather everyone to this position.
Okay. Just for fun, give me 2 more intimidation checks.
Okay.
You have advantage on them. Remember that. You do have advantage right now.
Yeah.
If one is low, use your bardic inspiration. I do recommend that. But so far, these rolls are pretty good. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
what
decent.
world is this?
I know, right? we entered the Twilight Zone. What the hell?
Twilight Zone, yeah.
Okay. As you bark out orders, these Nemesi are snapping to attention and immediately doing what you're saying. Slowly but surely, you see them. A couple of them look beat up, but it's what you expect. These guys do not treat them very well. None look like they have any cuts or anything. It looks like they just got a whooping and were, some were being dragged. We'll say, it's a large city. We'll say it takes about 8 hours total for them to round all of them up, and they bring them straight to where you're standing.
8 hours.
It's a big city. This is the capital city. I mean, if you were doing it in a small town, it'd take less time.
So, should I get the queen out as well? Oh, God.
You do see she is currently in manacles, and she's one of the ones they brought.
Oh, that's good. Perfect.
Fuck it up.
Okay.
Don't fuck it up, please.
Naturally, of course, they're all looking at you with glares, and, the wingless ones are all glaring at you and stuff like that, and even the queen is kind of giving you a glare. You have a feeling they know what's going on, but they have to put up the front.
Do we do we see this happening, or is he off?
Yeah, from where you guys are, because I assume he was smart enough to, bring them basically to an area where you guys could sneak them out in case.
That's a big assumption, but yes.
Giving you the benefit of the doubt, just go with it.
Yeah.
No, he takes them straight to the center of the city where they have no way to see you unless they're sneaking around.
No.
No, he brings them to an area where, it's easier because basically most of them will be in the slums. So you basically just walk towards the slums, and that's where they rounded them all up. From where you guys are in that one house that you originally went into to talk to, God, what did I just name him?
Ozark?
Yeah, Ozark, there we go. So, you're in Ozark's home, and you're kind of peeking out through the windows and watching. Yeah, a lot of them look like they were treated badly, and you can see as some are pulling, you can see them actually, they're resisting a little bit because that's what they were told to do, and they're getting beat for it.
I can't really...
What do you do, Gatlad?
Get these scum out of the city immediately!
Where should we take them, sir?
So we're, like all the centaurs and stuff, they were situated in the forest?
Yes, they're situated in the forest. It wouldn't be too out of place, because from what you were told, from what Paula told you, is basically the centaurs were all kicked to the forest, and they were allowed to keep the forest. So basically, it would make sense for you to kick them to somewhere where they're out of sight, out of mind, kind of thing.
I was gonna think, do they know, like, centaurs would assumedly. I was gonna say, get them into the forest and the centaurs will attack them or something like that. Are they, aren't they allies? Do they know that they're allies?
You don't know. You have a feeling they probably don't, or else something more would have happened by now. But your best guess is you have no idea. You can only assume that they would, you could say, yeah, put them in the forest. Let the centaurs deal with them.
Okay, I'll try and do that. Let's go. March them to the forest. We'll let the beast finish off the other beast.
Roll another intimidation check. How long does the...
Fuck! I use inspiration for that.
Okay. Roll it.
Is that a D10?
Care, see what your inspiration at?
I'm pretty sure it's a D10. D10 plus 2.
Well, it's only a D10 for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For you, it'd be a D10 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so 19. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Alright, they immediately begin rounding them up, and they take a small group.
And I'll gather as many followers of Chronons as I can to come with us without going, like, having 1,000 or more or something like that. I'll gather as many as I can so that we can try and set up an ambush.
Okay. Yeah, you get a small group together. We'll say you get about 15, because you don't want to, as a commander, you're thinking you don't want to, let the city be limited or anything. And 15 should be enough just to escort them to the forest and let them go.
Yep. So how many people did I get followers of Strike?
Right now you have a total of, let's see, counting the queen, you have 200.
Okay.
Some are manacled, some are just, beat up and being helped by others. So most of them look like they won't put up much of a fight. None of them have weapons, though.
How many more were in the city? I was hoping to get, like, most of them.
You are pretty sure you got most of them.
Okay. Then, yeah. I'll say let's drive them into... Yeah, I'll just say what I already said. What happens?
Okay. All right. You guys begin taking them into the forest. They leave the city. It takes a little bit.
Do I have
Yeah,
a
it's
means
about
of
80 more.
communicating telepathically with Razik through our dragon connection?
Yep.
Can I tell...
Oh, that's still a thing?
Yeah, you guys still have it.
I'll tell... Or no, I'll send a message to Karasi saying to message... let me pull up now. Message Paula to begin an ambush on the outskirts of the forest and get weapons ready for the Nemesi who want to join us.
Okay. Kerosene, you get that message.
I go ahead and pass it along to Paula.
Okay. He says, we'll be prepared. You see him wave his hand, and you see most of what's left of the 600. There's probably a good 550 or so left. He waves his hand, and they all grab their weapons, and you can see them grabbing extra weapons and begin heading.
So, I apologize. So we're at the outskirts of the forest now. I just want to get, like, I want to stop, like, the guards of the Chronons, and I just want to kind of have them usher the other Nemesi into the forest, and then after they've begun, walking into the forest, have the centaurs charge. Hopefully they know that I'm on their side. I'm sure Pallas does.
Pala does, because he was there when Kerosene transformed you. So he knows what you look like, so he will specifically give orders not to attack that one.
Actually, as they charge, I'll grab my Holy Avenger sword, and I'll just stab it into the nearest person. I'll say, "Surprise, bitch!"
Okay. As you lead them, you're a little bit into the forest, enough where even if they had really good eyesight from the city, they're not going to be able to see. Mind you, you guys are about 80 miles from the outskirts of the city, so you're fine. They don't have that good of eyesight. Nobody does. As soon as you get them into the forest, exactly what you expected to happen happens. The followers of Chronons just get charged at by... You weren't expecting this many centaurs to come out and do this? Looks like most of the camp that you were at has come to play.
And hopefully, just for a bit of justice, like I said, they give some weapons to the Nemesi that just came out of the city and wanted help just kind of get some revenge on these fuckers.
Oh yeah. You see, the first few that come charging in, you notice they had extra weapons. They quickly toss them to the ones who can hold them, and you can see the Nemesi grab them, and it's a massacre to these 15.
Oh yeah.
They die horribly.
Whoops.
And as soon as they're dead, the centaurs start grabbing the bodies and start dragging them further into the forest, just in case.
That went amazingly better than I thought it would.
Be lucky roll
Never
20.
knew you had it in you.
Be lucky roll
Yeah,
20 was on your side.
Hell yeah. So we have the queen now. How many are left, like, in the city? How many follow the pronouns?
Rough guesstimate, close to 2,000 to 3,000.
Lit. Okay. And if we wait a week, we can double our forces, so hell.
Yeah. If you wait a week, actually, from what Paula told you, he said he could have about 10 times that force waiting. So you'd have about 6,000.
So we could begin the siege now and maybe even little small excursions and poison their wells or something. And not really my style, but I don't know. Just
Say,
throwing out
remember
ideas.
who you are. There are certain lines you
Yeah.
wouldn't cross. Even Solana, even though she may not like the Nemesi, they still have a right to exist.
Yeah, that's true. Never
Just
mind.
because they're dicks doesn't mean anything.
Razak don't care.
Yeah, Razak doesn't care. Kerosene, we already know, doesn't.
Kirsty probably already did it when she was in the fucking town.
Razak's very much a greater good kind of guy.
Same here.
Poison the wells. I was saying,
No.
She would be down with that.
Depending on who we were poisoning.
Followers
the
of pronouns.
Nemesi.
Oh, well, as long as they were.
No
all
love lost here.
this.
I want to talk to Paula and say, so can we trust these folks are going to be in your care and you'll take care of them?
Of course, they'll be safe here. If they
So
wish
why are
to
you
join
getting
the,
forces?
if they wish to join the
all
fight,
together?
they're welcome to.
I'm sure plenty of them will take you up on that offer. But while you're getting your force together, we may want to track down this key that we came here for.
There is a part in the heart of the forest that even we have avoided. There's some kind of power there we can't explain, and the few who we've sent to investigate have never returned.
I want to take out the map and kind of point to the area where we saw the key on it. And is it right here?
You nods.
Well, looks like we're gonna have one more expedition going out there.
Hmm.
I want to look to everyone else. Is everyone else okay with this?
Going for the key, sorry?
Yeah. While they're building up their forces for the final siege, in the meantime, I think we can go ahead and grab this key, and then come back. Now that we know that the wingless Mesi are safe.
That works for me.
Works for me as well.
Kerosene?
Yeah, sounds good.
He's like, whatever. I just want to get laid.
I mean,
Oh
Did she already bang one of the centaurs?
no!
yeah.
Thank God.
Not yet.
Sorry, I can
Not yet.
recommend it now. Jesus
Not
Christ.
yet.
Would that be considered bestiality?
No.
No.
At least one half.
Or would Kerosene care?
Seriously,
Yeah.
he cares greatly.
Tiger.
That's where you're drawing the line? Devils are all right, but not centaur?
Humanoid. They have to be humanoid.
The centaurs are not humanoid. They're decidedly not. They're equine.
Do you see their torsos? They are humanoid at the top.
That's not the important part. That's not the part
Yeah,
in
where's the
question.
dick? It's not like hanging off their forehead or something.
Part
It's
for a
obvious.
reason. What do you think he wants?
And now the 20-minute
Christ
conversation.
alive.
And now the 20-minute conversations of
This is what I was trying to avoid.
I just get out of the bottle and start. This is Jesus Christ.
We argue about the rat, and we are concerned for Kerese's well-being about sleeping with a horse.
I see it as like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Every time someone comes up to us, we're just in the middle of a screaming freaking argument, and they have to pull us out of it. Like, what?
Okay, well, let's go and get this key that we came to this continent to go get.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. You guys take several hours to get there. The centaurs, they gather a small group, and Paula actually goes with you. He leaves, a couple other people in command, but he takes a small force with you just to escort you along the way and make sure. He does say they have control of the forest, but there are creatures within it. So it's, more just assistance in case you need it.
Hell yeah.
As you get closer to the center, are you paying attention to the map, Razak?
One sec.
No, I'm not clicking on it. I'm just saying, are you paying attention to the map that your character has? Like making sure you're going the right direction.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm not just kind of like winging it.
Okay.
It's somewhere over there.
Yeah, somewhere over there. As you guys are walking, you notice the pulse on it starts to get stronger.
Well, I think we may be close.
Sweet. Do we
Everybody,
know anything about what's guarding it,
you have no idea.
if anything? Okay.
Paula, the only thing he could tell you is that he sent a couple people to investigate the strange power source, and they never returned. They still don't know what happened, and the bodies were never recovered.
I want to go ahead and I'm gonna try to guidance myself, and then take a look around to see what I see.
Okay, roll a perception check.
That's hold on.
Wow.
So 8.
Okay. Yes, got out of there. It was a regular shield, but it was a +3 shield.
Oh shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
My god. Wait, does that add to my AC +3
Yes.
on top of the +2?
Yep.
I'm at 28 AC.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Good
I'm pretty sure.
lord.
Well, he's your tank. He should be fucking high up there. He needs to take a beating.
I'm also immune to all elements,
Oh, fuck,
and I
yeah,
have
forgot.
28 AC.
Yeah, I forgot.
I might have to cash that one in. That's a
It's
bit OP.
If you want to do it lower, that's
It's like
fine.
a fucking
I forgot
No,
you.
tank
with a
I forgot you were
reactive
already.
armor.
Yeah, I forgot you were already ridiculously high. We'll just say it was it was just a regular shield, so no plus, just a
Yeah, right.
regular standard. So it won't
Fair
add to
enough.
your armor. Just
Yeah, that's all good.
Okay.
Because then I would be immune to all elemental damage, except for Mrazik. And then,
Hey.
and then 28 AC. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
a bit much.
Yeah, that would
Checks
be a
and
bit much.
balances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, I forgot you had all that stuff, so that's why I said it was a
Heat
plus.
metal.
Exactly. Ignore damage resistant really puts a damper on my strategy of just running it.
As you guys get closer, Razuki, you're kind of looking, try and see. Unfortunately, you can't make it out. The forest is really dense here. As you start to get closer and the pulsing starts to grow stronger on the map, you can actually begin to feel a strange sensation. The best way I can put it, it feels like, all the hair on your body is like standing up. And you get this, like kind of cold chill that goes down your back.
For a dwarf, that's a lot. It's a
I
lot of
know.
hair.
I know, right?
Ooh. Say Galahad, are you feeling this? You getting any kind of evil sense of this area?
Are we, where are we standing right now? Like, what's around us, sorry?
You guys are in dense forest. You're going further into the darkest part of the forest. You're going straight into the heart, so you guys are right about there, and you're not far from where Palace is. His men went.
Well, I'll divine sense, but just keep in mind because I kept forgetting that full cover negates it.
I gotcha.
I actually totally forgot about that until recently.
That's fine.
So it's where did it go? I think it's up to 30 feet.
Okay.
60 feet rather. Celestial Fiend or Undead, I know the location if they're not behind full cover.
You get nothing.
There
You
you go.
definitely are still feeling the same thing like I just described to Razik. You're feeling, hairs on your, on your body standing up and that cold sensation down your spine. But for some reason, you're not feeling any kind of presences.
I'm a bit chilly, but that's about it.
Might just be my nerves. Hey guys, I'm gonna go take a leak right quick in this forest here. Just hold on one sec.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I mean, better now than in the middle of a battle. You know what I mean? Anyway, I am smoking that opium. You know it.
Okay.
Do I still have advantage on? Oh no, this isn't.
Yeah, it's.
Nah, it's long past.
Oh, it's 18 anyway. So
Yeah, I was going to say it's 18. Anyway.
Do I deception that? Or?
Yeah, you have to deception. If you're lying to him, you have to deception it. Talking back everything. Well, you believe him. He's really got to go, apparently. Apparently the
all right,
stress
go
of
drain
it.
the main vein. I guess we're in the middle of a thing, but sure.
Kerosene, you guys are heading almost into the center of the forest. You begin to get this feeling. All the hairs on your body are standing up. You get a cold chill down your back. It's a creepy feeling, but you guys can't really focus as where it's coming from. It just seems to be emanating from everywhere.
And Razik decided to take a piss / smoke meth.
Yes, apparently.
It's the opposite of meth. Thank you very much.
What is? Oh, opium. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, he's getting real relaxed. This is not. This is not good.
My whole life hurts.
You wanted the
Dude,
damn thing.
IRL, holy shit.
Bottom right there.
He wanted it. That's what he gets.
That hit too. Oh man. Too real.
I mean, the good thing is, Razik, you're starting, your body's starting to get adjusted to the fact that it's in constant pain, so it's not as bad. But yeah, the opium does help keep that down quite a bit.
How's everyone doing?
Galahad and Kerosene, roll a perception
I've
check.
known-
Roll a
I've
perception
known
check
him
while he's
for a
gone.
long. Okay.
Alright.
Damn.
Wow. Just wow. Okay, keep going.
So Razik just came back and said that. I know Razik pretty well. He seems a little slow from what I just heard. Can I insight check him again, or would that be too much?
I'll allow one more insight check. He's not really lying to you, so I'm not even gonna make him roll a deception. I'm just depends on what you roll. I'll tell you.
Ooh, that's.
From what you can tell, I mean, he seems a bit more relaxed. It doesn't seem like the tension is now within him.
Wow, maybe I need to take a piss. Wow.
Maybe he took a shit too.
It could be. It could be.
Even though you
It's
guys
alright.
don't see it, you hear rustling in the forest. It sounds like a pretty decent sized creature is moving around.
So we hear it, but we don't see anything.
Not yet.
Should someone dispel
I look
magic?
around. Is
Uh,
it magic?
You think there's magic around here?
There's magic everywhere, baby.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'll just get out the sword and my shield.
I ready my bow.
I'm ready my rune shot. We're like doing a whole fucking Avengers thing right now.
I get myself ready to get beat up.
Okay.
I just pictured, I don't know, I pictured like the Star Wars poster. One second.
The camera does one of those circle shots.
Yep. Oh man. Okay. Uh, the rustling starts to get louder. You can now see, off in the distance, you can see trees swaying, and a couple seem to move over quite a bit. These are pretty big trees.
So we're just standing in the middle of the thing right now, in the middle of a road.
You guys are standing
Can
in.
I
Go ahead.
can I get into position, like, can I climb a tree and like get up in there to hide
Roll an athletic.
and use my Mask of the Wild?
Is this
Roll.
his like favorite terrain? Would he know anything about this?
I don't
It's
know.
a forest, yes.
Well, so it is your favorite terrain. So if you wanted to try and do a check, you could. Roll an athletics to climb
Yep.
the tree. You have advantage because it is your favorite terrain.
He just fucking loves trees.
Yes, he's a big tree hugger.
I got some
You
bad
said
news for
athletics?
you, my dude.
Yes, athletics.
It's gonna get real fiery up in here.
Please, no, not the forest.
Okay.
All the rats within.
Only I can commit forest fires.
Galetus, as you climb to the top, you do have a reason to fear. You see a decent-sized blue dragon moving.
Fuck yeah!
Oh boy!
I'll tell them, like, trying to get to where the dragon won't hear me, but he probably already knows we're there.
You got brain
Blue dragon.
messages.
I was
You
gonna say,
can
you
talk
got
to
Oh
us.
yeah. Let's do that. I'll use mind messaging.
You are
and
way too
say
loud.
blue dragon. Blue dragon up ahead.
Ooh, I'm going to roll. Would that be history or just? I want to know what I know about these blue dragons.
God, you can't fuck a blue dragon.
I thought we just had this
Well,
conversation about
Cross that
bestiality.
off
I
the
mean,
list right now.
Okay. I will say, it's possible for dragons to assume a humanoid form, as we have seen.
Yes.
That's true.
That was not terrible. I mean, some people are descended from such unions, so
Dragon
you know.
Yeah.
A new race starts here.
Half
No,
dragons.
I mean,
Half dragons are possible.
Heresy,
Does
right?
Galahad just know anything about my my
I've
whole,
stayed in a
like-
little town my whole life. All right,
Yeah.
I never left.
He does
I was
Well,
locked in a tower.
Does he know I have dragon blood in me?
No,
Oh, I probably know that.
no, I don't think
I
you got. I don't think you've ever had that conversation.
Oh well.
Really? Oh shit!
Oh, he's
Yeah,
a
this is
magic
a new
guy.
thing.
Whatever.
Oh, if he knows you're a Varkos, he would know that you have dragon blood. That's a common
Well,
knowledge.
I'm not a Varkos, but
That's
I'm
right,
just
you're
a
a
regular
Vark.
dwarf.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
So then
just,
no, he wouldn't.
got a
know.
little bit of.
No, you'd have to tell
Well-
him directly.
Regardless, so can I like tonight? Would that be history to find out like what I know about dragons or blue dragons specifically?
Actually, just do an intelligence check.
Okay.
It's not really.
Boy,
history.
howdy.
Wow.
Am I able to do that? Do I know
Uh,
anything about dragons? I'm a history nerd.
Did any of us do nature checks?
Karis,
So
if
you
you
guys
want to, if you guys want to do nature checks, you can. If you want to do an intelligence check, it's not history. Well, actually, it would be history. I'm sorry. So yeah, Razik, you can do a history check. Galahad, you can too. You guys both have the basis to know.
This ought to change things, and I'm gonna. Sure. Well, no. I guess I wouldn't be able to cast guidance for this one.
Okay. What you guys know about blue dragons is they tend to be, they tend to side on the evil side of things,
Yeah.
and that their breath weapon is lightning.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Do we know like what they are weak or resistant to?
You guys have never fought one, and the knowledge is very limited. Pure attacks seem to work. The most common thing you guys know is that if you put a dragon in the air, it's pretty much death for the party. So if that dragon gets skybound, it's going to be problems.
Oof.
You do know they
Can I
are.
try to?
You do know they are a little more. They're not as good on the ground, but they still have the breath weapon. They still have their claws. Their bite and their tail that they have to their advantage. So they have a bunch more, ways to hit you than just that. You also know that they have been known to use their wings to basically create like a windstorm.
Can I climb up in a tree?
Do we have to kill it?
Roll an athletics check.
No, this is my tree.
Sorry.
He just
You got-
kicks him like
I
out of
fuck
the
you.
tree.
You guys are in the dense forest. There are plenty of trees. You don't have to climb the same one.
I look at him and I'm
he just
like
kicks
aiming.
me in the face.
By the way, Galahad.
I'm aiming my bow down at him. No, my tree.
By the way, Galahad, if you want to climb a tree, athletics check with a disadvantage because you're in fucking plate mail.
Alright.
Why would you need to be in a tree?
I don't know.
Dexterity saves. I'm gonna jump on the beast.
Oh lord, this is gonna be funny.
Fuck.
Can I
Oh,
try
it's
to clip it?
16?
That's alright. Pretty good.
That's actually
It's
not
just a
bad.
tree. I mean,
It's a little tough because you're wearing a lot of heavy armor, and that's what slowed you down. But you do manage to climb a tree.
and I'll wait. I'll ready my action until I see the dragon, and then I'll jump on it. I don't know if we're
Okay.
doing that yet.
Can I try? This may sound weird, but can I try to Mask of the Wild him? Like, try to make him blend in.
Ooh.
No, it only works on yourself.
Just stick some branches in his armor.
I don't know.
Plus, he's in a
I'm
different
a
tree.
nature
Oh,
paladin.
dirt
I'm
on it.
kind
I'll
of
look at
nature.
Galahad and say, "Become the tree."
Pray to Solana. Maybe she'll help you.
Yeah.
I shall. Try not to burn down the entire forest while we're talking about Solana.
Well, about that.
Jesus.
While
Sorry.
they're
Leave my
arguing-
tree alone.
Okay,
While
I'm
they're
gonna
arguing,
go
can
ahead,
I
Gareth.
just, can I go up to the dragon?
He's not in
Oh,
view
no.
yet. He's not in
Damn
view
it.
yet. Only Galitas saw him. He's not in view yet, but he is heading your direction.
It's evil.
Stand-
It's
I don't care.
patently evil.
I can stand
Technically,
my
it's
ground.
law.
Hey, even evil dragons, they need a piece, man.
Technically, it's lawful evil, so it has
Yeah,
has
see, there you
morals.
go. And chaotic neutral can get along with anybody, I feel like.
Pretty much.
I want to marry a dragon.
Maybe not this one. A
We'll
few
be
moments.
friends,
I'm gonna give you guys a
though. Start off
chance.
slow.
I'm gonna give you guys a chance. I will allow you guys to ready an action.
Yeah, I'm
Can I try to clip its wings?
Do you want to ready that action? Because you can't. Right now, you wouldn't have a clear shot because it's still coming
How?
through dense forest.
I do have sharpshooter.
That's true.
I think that
but
ignores. Yeah.
that ignores 3/4 cover. You could try. I'm gonna make the I'm
Okay.
gonna make the DC higher to hit it because right now his wings are folded in within him. But I'll give you a chance to shoot at him. It's not like he's running around with his wings wide open.
Hold on, I want you to see something and see if this pertains to. I don't know if this will pertain to anything because I took sharpshooter as my archetype.
Okay.
Does this help with sharpshooter?
Okay. Yeah, that will definitely
Oh my
change
God.
some things.
Damn.
Jesus.
Dang.
Yeah, that will definitely change some things. Okay. If you want to try and hit it, go ahead. I will adjust accordingly.
Fucking Vasily Zaitsev over here.
Can you guys wait until I try to befriend it to kill it?
No, I didn't.
I ready sunbeam.
I am concentrating.
Allies are important, even if they're evil.
Oh god.
I am concentrating and I am aiming. That's all I have. Is it like do I roll with advantage since I'm in my favorite terrain?
Yes, but right now, real quick, everybody roll an initiative check. I know you're not on there, so I'm gonna have to manually add you.
Sweet.
That's some nice rolls there.
Are they? Are they really?
It's typical for you, though.
I did ready my action though.
Yeah, I did see you hear that. Alright, give me 1 second. You guys should be able to manipulate the turn order thing if you want to try. I'll add it in for you if you want.
I can't.
I got it. I
It
got
won't let me.
it. Okay, I got it. Don't worry about it. It's actually really decent rolls for you guys. And if I could spell it, it'd be even better. Alright, let's see what his is. Well, not bad. Alright. So, Galahad is preparing to jump onto the dragon. Kersey, what are you preparing?
I want to talk to it.
Okay. So, I mean, you guys have to wait till it comes into view, except for Kalidas, who can see it better. Actually, Galahad, you can now see the dragon. It looks like a, obviously you can see it's a young blue dragon.
All right, you can do this, Galahad.
So I mean, it's not
Jump on its wings.
it's not massive. It's not massive like you expect. It's not one of the larger ones. It's still pretty big size for you.
Yeah.
Razik, what are you preparing? Sunbeam.
Yes, Sunbeam.
Okay. Galitas, take your shot since you called it.
I'm aiming right for its wings, just to make sure that doesn't get in the air. I say, Solana, guide my arrow.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Okay. It does hit. There's a nice roll no matter what. It does hit. Dragon screams, and then he begins charging.
Charging right into Galahad?
He's charging right into your little group.
Do I have a bonus action as well?
Yeah, I'll give you guys. You guys each have. This is
Actually, I got two shots.
no. Hold on. It's a surprise round, so you guys actually get your full
Oh,
round.
that's right.
You guys will actually get your full round before it can actually take its action. So I will give you each a full round, but we'll do it in an initiative order. Galitas, that was I just gave you a cheap shot. Razik.
All right, I'm gonna draw my rune shot and summon forth a sunbeam right at this thing.
Okay. Nice. Let's see, it's Constitution. Should be fun. It fails.
Yes, it's blind.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna use my bonus action for a little Razik favorite.
Don't burn
Oh.
the forest.
So is the sunbeam doubled due to the pendant?
Oh shit! Yeah, forgot that. Okay, so it took the double damage,
Okay,
and it is now blind. So
I'm
now
gonna-
it's screaming and coming at you guys.
I'm gonna quicken fireball.
Okay.
And all those ones
God
are
damn it.
twos. 1 second. And it also takes an extra 5 damage on top of that. So that makes it a 33 and then doubled.
Completely unnecessary fireball, may I add, just to burn down the forest.
Hey man, that's an extra 66 damage right there.
Gotta be another spell.
I mean, I get the elemental affinity for fire.
Yeah,
Sure.
you guys all get it too. When you use your elemental, when you use an element that is yours, it doubles the damage.
All the
Well, I
elements.
mean, like my I have elements added up as a feat.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean he already does ridiculous amounts of damage with it. Okay.
I need to start getting some ice spells.
Yeah. You see the fireball explode. It lights the dragon up. It is a young dragon.
Damn it,
Um,
Razak!
and it screams in pain because I'm not even gonna make it have its dexterity check because it's blind. It did not see you because it does have blind sight, but it only has blind sight 30 feet. So he did not see that coming. By the time he did, it was already too late. So he just took the full damage.
Is it in jumping range?
Almost. Unfortunately, Razik's sunbeam kind of stopped it for a second. It actually is now furious and trying to use what senses it has to pick up on you guys. So unfortunately, he kind of screwed you on your jump ability.
Oh,
My bad.
Kerosene, what do you do?
I take it I no longer have a chance to make friends.
Maybe. You're a bard. I mean, bards can do a lot of really good shit even after the attacks. But it would be harder for you, yes. You are welcome to try. You can certainly try, that's all I'll say.
I'm looking over my spells and I'm trying to think if there's anything. I don't have like cure.
Don't you have charm?
Like I don't have calm. Yeah, it has charm person. I have enthrall, but I was looking to see if I had calm beast or something.
Charm monster
did
would be
not.
the only thing that would be able to work on it. Its size is large, so it would have to be charm monster. That's
It
curse. I
couldn't
think
be
that's.
enthrall.
Let me check enthrall. Can you link it for me?
Yeah.
Isn't it all
I'll be
here?
right back, guys. I gotta go get my charger.
It says creatures. Technically, yes, he can use it.
Alright. Then I'll probably use that, and I am most definitely going to pop out a bardic inspiration to help out with that if I can.
Okay.
I thought. What? Didn't it have to make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh,
I just did, and it just failed.
Oh wow!
Holy crap!
Nat one.
Yeah, it failed hardcore.
Please
is
don't
now-
fuck me over, guys.
It is now charmed. It actually
is that what
stops.
it does?
It actually stops. Well, it's enthrall. It stops and it calms down, and it just seems to.
It just says that it gives it disadvantage on perception checks, but I mean, I'm down for also having it actually enthrall them.
Yeah, I'm gonna use for the term because it makes more sense. You're enthralling a creature, so basically you turn it into right now a willing slave. Remember, every round I get to make another saving throw,
Right.
and with a +6,
Sure.
he's eventually gonna be able to break it.
So, can I use my bonus action to speak to him?
Sure.
Hi. They might want to hurt you, but I don't. I want to be your friend. And then just pretty much that's it.
Come
Just
me
tell
here, please, God, so I can
I
jump
told
on
I
it.
want to be his friend, and I really, really don't want to hurt it. And I very much so disagree with these people who I don't know, who I'm just happily standing with.
It's enthralled.
That I want to
technically.
be its friend.
Technically, it's enthralled. It believes her. So, Galita, is she
And
back
then
yet?
That's it.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What do? The dragon stopped, and it seemed to take a more, lack of a better term, subservient stance. It's no longer screaming. I mean, it's still hurting, but it's no longer screaming, and it seems to be focused directly on Kerosene and just staring.
Please don't hurt it.
Like it's not. Like is it? Does it look like it's threatening? Like it's like it.
No, it seems to be just sitting there. It almost looks as if it's awaiting orders.
Okay, then I will hold my. I'll notch an arrow, pull the bow back, but I'm not firing. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Okay, you'll hold your action in case it makes sense.
Hold my action.
Okay. Well, this is still a surprise round, so Galahad.
So how far away is it?
It's It's actually within the 60-foot range, so it's 60 feet from you guys.
Okay, then I'll jump down from the tree, and I'll run my 30 feet, and then I'll bonus action Misty Step onto its wings,
Okay.
and then I'll attack it. Trying
Okay.
to like hack its wings in a way that it can't,
Wouldn't
fly.
that knock it out of enthrall?
No,
Yeah, probably.
this actually doesn't say that it gets knocked out if it gets attacked.
Hmm.
They're very specific about the wording of the spells. If it doesn't say
Or
that, if it doesn't say that it loses, loses if it's attacked, I'm gonna go with it stays enthralled and just takes an ass whooping.
Works for me.
I mean, I know they got very particular about the wording of all their spells. I mean, if you read, sometimes there's a little iffy, but there's no real room for anything else.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay. 18 just hits it, actually.
Oh shit. Alright. Then yeah, I'll smack it once, and then my second one. Oh shit, I forgot all my melee attacks now deal an extra 1d8 damage for my improved Divine Smite.
Alright, so roll it. Okay.
And then my second attack.
Poor Kersey.
Oh,
17
that-
misses.
Damn.
It's just, basically, when you go to hit it, you strike, your first strike hit just barely. But then when you go for the second one, it seems to just kind of slide off its extra thick hide.
Does it leave a wound in the wings at all?
Since you specifically said you jumped on its wings, yes, your first hit does. Second one does not.
Sweet.
Okay.
That's my-
Now it's actually full combat, technically, full initiative round. So, Razik, you're up.
All right. Let's see.
It's still blind for now.
How does it look?
It's looking pretty hurt. I mean, it can probably take a few more beatings. It is a large creature, so it can probably take a few more beatings. But it's definitely looking hurt, and now Galahad's on its back.
All right.
The weird thing is, it doesn't seem to be fighting back. It just seems to be sitting there, staring at Kersey.
Perfect.
Oh, come on.
Please
I know,
don't
right?
use the action to say stop burning the goddamn forest down.
I'm not. I only did one.
And for
Thank you
some
very
reason,
much.
even with the fireball, it didn't seem to ignite any of the trees close by, which is pure luck on Razik's part.
It's a very humid forest.
Well, I would assume you'd aim almost like directly for the dragon, so basically I would center it 20 feet out on
Yeah.
either direction.
So I'm going to cast Blight on it.
Y'all can't let me have this.
You can order the dragon to attack.
Go dry.
That's very true. I could just kill everybody.
Yep.
Could
You
you?
know, gotta double that damage.
Run away with the dragon.
He's got to find me first.
Okay, so yeah, doubling that, 31 to
Nope,
62.
still doesn't make it.
And since Sunbeam lets me take I can like recast it as a bonus action every turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it with another Sunbeam. Bam!
48, half of that would be 24. He falls over dead.
Yes! Dibs on the skull. Skull is mine.
After Blight,
Damn.
he had 16 hit points. Even if I assume he managed the Constitution save, half of the 48 that he would take becomes 24. He's dead.
Well, sorry, Cassie.
Razik twirls his rune shot and then blows the imaginary smoke off of it.
I could revivify
I come
it
down
Or
really
reholstering.
a lot.
I come down from the tree and put my bow up, and start walking to the dragon. Well, that was less. I was more worried than the. But I thought we were gonna die because I never faced
Dragons
a
are
dragon
basically
before.
kobolds to us right now.
Kobolds with very valuable teeth.
Yep.
Let me get at them.
Roll a perception check, everybody.
Yep.
Galetus and Galahad, you felt the earth underneath you move.
Like shake or
Yeah, like shake.
Oh god!
I'm just oblivious. I'm just like walking towards this dragon's
You're
mouth.
like, I just killed a dragon. I'm gonna get me some dragon teeth.
How close is Razak to me?
He's now, because let's see, he was moving up towards you. We'll say he's about 40 feet from you.
Okay, I'll just yell out.
I would have to
everyone.
be. I'd have to be closer than that to cast Blight. It's 30
okay.
feet.
Okay, so yeah, so then he's about 25 feet from you.
I'd stop in my tracks after I felt the earth move, and I'll look at Galahad. Did you
I'll
feel
just say,
that?
yes, run! I'll just run to where Razak is and I'll tackle him to the ground. I'll
Hey,
grab his
wait,
hand and
what?
move him 5 feet.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to.
Okay.
Can't figure it.
Galahad, roll an athletics. Razik, roll a dexterity check.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna laugh if this goes the way I think. Oof.
Hey.
If he beats you, I am gonna laugh. I am gonna die laughing, just so you know.
I just missed completely.
Oh, okay.
Got him.
Yeah, because opium, man. It doesn't.
Yeah, fucks with you, man. Yeah, you're like, and then all of a sudden, this giant armored guy just tackles you to the ground. And that's good.
I meant to try and like
Right.
move
Did a
him
giant armor
back a
guy
little
come out
bit.
of the ground? What?
No.
No.
Galahad jumped off the back of the dragon and literally tackled Razik to the ground.
Tackled. What the hell, man?
Get away! There's something under the ground. Probably.
Why'd you knock me onto the ground?
Just as that happens, right where Razik was walking, about 10 feet in front of that, you see the ground explode open, and you can see another small, young blue dragon.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
welcome.
Kill this one.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you later. Anyways.
Alright, before anyone does anything, I want to the dragon.
Unfortunately, it has the surprise round, and it lightning breaths. Everybody
immune to that.
everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
You're not gonna fuck the dragon in front of its dead parent.
This is probably a brother.
Saving throw, we all have +4 to this. Also, if it's magic, we have advantage. Oh, fuck me. Is this magical?
Oh yeah.
It's a
I
breath
guess it doesn't
weapon.
matter.
Technically,
I'm
no,
immune.
it doesn't count as a magic. Okay, good news. Well, at least for three of you. Wow, look at that one. 62 points of damage total. Kerosene, you take 62. Razik and Galetus, you take 31. Galahad, mind you, you
I'm
guys,
immune.
you guys do have some. Okay, so you're immune to dragon, so you're fine. Yeah, but
Jesus. I'm down to 13.
Jesus. Are we
Okay.
rolling initiative?
yeah, let's go ahead and do some initiative. Apparently, he
Dude,
wasn't
how-
happy with you killing his brother.
Hey, there. it is.
Nice. Whoa.
We did it.
I wasn't ready for that.
I don't know where these 20 temporary hit points came from.
I don't know either.
I assume that they have since passed.
Yeah, probably. Remember, if you guys have any immunities or resistance to certain things, that comes into play with that hit. So if you have a resistance to lightning or breath weapons from blue dragons, then you would take half of the half. So keep that in mind.
All I have is immune to acid.
I'm immune to this twice.
I have advantage on dexterity rolls, and I don't know why.
And if you want to re-roll, you can. Because you only rolled
Alright.
once. That changes everything. You now only take 31 points of damage. Yeah, anytime you have advantage, make sure to call it out.
Oh, good, I'm only at 44 now.
Yeah, I figured you might. What's up with these weird changes, man? How does Galahad have the highest initiative?
Hell yeah.
So I'm guessing that breaks my concentration, huh?
Unfortunately, yeah. Well, roll your Constitution check.
Ooh,
You got a 31. You'd
I'm
have to
good
get,
at those.
You'd have to get over half, so you'd have to get at least a 16.
Does Galahad's buff apply to me?
Oh, for what is it? Is it a saving throw?
Yes.
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 Yeah, +4.
Okay, so yeah.
I also have my hold on, I have it here. One of the 3 items I asked for among the helm of comprehend languages. I also have a some kind of cloak that gives me saving throws. I forgot what it's called.
I don't remember either, but okay.
It's a +1.
Okay.
So that's 16.
16. You managed to keep your concentration up. Just barely, but you managed to keep it up.
Yes.
Wow. God, the initiatives for the dragons just suck.
Just barely.
Should I still try to befriend the tiny dragon?
Worth a shot.
It's the top of the,
Not recommended.
to the top of the initiative order. I'm going to say, since Galahad and Razik were on the ground at the time, you guys can still go.
Natural 20.
Yeah. You'll still have to take half your movement to get back up, of course. But yeah, you can still take
Okay.
your attacks. Your call.
Oh my god, I have Ice Storm and... Oh shit, I didn't know I got... Did I just get new spells?
I don't know.
Oh, shit, I think I got my... Whatever. Anyways, I will use my... How far away is it?
It is about 10 feet in front of you, and it is fully emerged from the hole it had been burrowing.
Why did you guys have to kill a parent? Galahad, what the fuck happened to
It's
your
not a parent. They're
moral?
both the same.
Oh!
They're both. They
I
are
just charge in. I'm not listening.
okay. They are both the same size, so it's probably a sibling.
Yeah, I'll just charge in and I'll take some swipes with the sword.
Okay.
And is there anything I can...
It's the damage you guys do. It didn't take very long for the first one. It shouldn't take very long for this one.
Yeah. First off, I'll healing word Kara, see if she's in range. 60 feet.
Yeah, she's within range. Everybody's within range of that. You guys are all like probably about 10 feet from each other. That's why I had you all make the roll.
1d4 plus 4. Ooh, nice.
Wait,
Oh,
what pendant do you have, Galahad?
I have the Amulet of the White Weave, which doubles healing.
Correct. So
Also, apparently allows me to teleport,
yes, it
which
all
I did not know.
everybody with the pendant has the ability to teleport. So Karasi
Oh,
takes
shit.
16 points of healing.
And then I will, yeah, I'll just walk over to the dragon and smack him up.
Okay.
Okay, Oh, baby!
Oh,
No.
I was gonna go ahead and Divine Smite on that second one, and both of those get plus 1d. What is it? Where is it? 1d8, I believe. Well, yeah, 1d8.
okay.
All right. So I'll just do the original. Is that 1d8 doubled on a crit, or?
Yes, any roll is doubled. It's just all the additional stuff doesn't. So 3 for the first one, so roll 2d8 for the second one. Nice.
Okay, and then Divine Smite, is that doubled as well?
47. No, I think that one actually stays the same.
All right. So I'll use it at a third level. So 5d8.
Nice. I'm just waiting till you're done so I can tally up the damage that he just took.
I re-roll ones. Oh no, that's not. That's only for two-handed weapons. Never mind. So yeah. 35, 38, 47, 69, I believe.
Yep. That's what I got.
All right.
Garrison.
It's my turn.
Garrison, you're up.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk to it now.
Yes, I am.
For fuck's sake.
Only Garrison.
I mean, hey, enthrall it all you want. It seemed to work pretty well last time.
This time, I'm actually gonna use message.
Okay.
I wanna tell it that I was begging these people who I am currently with not to kill the other one, and that I want to befriend it because he is very powerful and cool.
That is only going to make him mad at us.
Worded more eloquently than that.
I got you.
Pretty cool.
Even with your eloquent wording, the response you get back is, then they shouldn't have killed him.
Fuck you guys.
I can bring him back. I mean, it's...
I didn't hit him once. I would like that to be known.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that's all you
Just
get.
made
So.
him easier to kill.
I figured that's what was going to happen anyway.
Anything for your
My
bonus
bonus
action?
My bonus action is saying, just so you know, I didn't touch the other one. Okay.
He responds, I don't care.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, fuck
Rez-
you guys.
Rezik, here you go.
Alrighty.
Damn it, shitty initiative.
Yeah, let's see. What have I got to work with?
This is just a play test right now. We're just fucking unloading whatever we want to try out on this guy.
Why not? Better to find out now how it works rather than find out during a really serious battle where you could get really hurt. I mean, imagine if it wasn't a young adult, if this was adult or an ancient.
I think we haven't even taken damage yet.
It's because he didn't get the chance. This time there's no
I figured we
enthrall.
would be dead if that was the case.
There's no enthrall this
We'll be
time.
fine.
Okay, I got another one in me. Alright. I want to take careful... actually, can I take my bonus action before my regular action?
Yeah, I've never read anything where it says you have to do an action and then a bonus action. I would assume that you can do any of those.
Yeah, I did that
in
last
order.
turn.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and do your bonus
Okay.
action first.
Sunbeam!
Okay. Let's see. Constitution. Ooh. This one it does make. So it takes 12 points and is not blinded.
Hold on. Oh no, it takes 24. It's double.
That's right.
And then half.
Yeah, so it's still 12. So 20. Okay, so it's not blinded. It does 24. So you did 48, so it actually takes 24.
I'm gonna blight this one too.
Okay.
Yes.
Jesus.
3/8.
Oh!
Oh,
93, 92.
that's 92 points of damage right there. I want to scream, I want my teeth!
Why do you need dragon teeth?
They're
Because
fucking
I
cool,
want
man.
them.
Okay.
The money, man, the money.
We are so ridiculously rich.
Yeah, and you have a whole bunch of
But
stuff
do
sitting
we
in your
have
bag.
dragon teeth?
I don't think so. You know what? Now I gotta look.
For what's
Well,
that?
I know I don't, at least.
In the miscellaneous treasure, only thing that's marked is Dracolich teeth. I never did get the money and stuff done.
I think that was actually up to me. I have it somewhere.
Yeah. Right now, you guys only have Dracolich teeth, so technically you have dragon teeth. They're just a little more decayed. These would be fresher. Alright, is that your turn there, Razik?
Yes. And how is it looking?
Yeah. After the hits that Galahad and you put on him, he's hurting. I mean, he's still up there. He can still fight, and is probably going to hurt you as soon as he gets a chance. But yeah, he's up. Yeah, he's taking some damage and looking pretty rough. So, Galetus, your go. What do you do?
All right. I am going to.
Does that change anything?
I don't know if this works with bows. I know I can only use it once.
Link it, I'll let you know. Nice, both hit. It does work with bows. It doesn't say anything about it. It just says a weapon attack. You did a weapon attack. So, roll an extra d8. There you go. 23, 28.
And on my bonus action, I will use my Mask of the Wild and try to hide.
Karis is just like swiping at him, crying.
Yeah, pretty much.
We could have made love.
Roll
We
a
could have married.
Galetus.
It's like the most horrifying thing it's seen so far.
Galetus, roll a stealth check. With disadvantage.
Advantage?
Nope, with oh no, advantage. Actually, just roll a straight stealth check. Because you had disadvantage because you're right there in front of your face. But you have advantage because it's your favorite terrain. So it's just a straight roll. Not bad. Yeah, it's actually pretty decent. Beats his,
I disappear.
beats his passive perception. That's all you need.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. It's his turn. Now you get to see what they get to do. He's going to make 3 attacks. 1 a bite and 2 claw attacks. And he is going right after Galahad. Closest thing in his face right now.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, hold on, let me see. Damn it. Okay. No, he doesn't get his lightning breath back.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's not his. Oh, I see.
That's to see if his lightning breath
Oh,
recharged.
1d6, yeah.
Alright, for his claws. Wow, okay, misses.
Ah.
Second claw. 20, I think
Oh,
still
you're
misses.
adorable.
And then his bite.
Nope.
Damn, okay. So he goes to claw at you twice, and you just kind of dodge, and then he goes to bite at you, and you're like, no, I don't think so. Alright, that's the end of his turn. Galahad, you're up.
What kind of armor is he wearing?
Galahad?
Let me check.
Go ahead.
+3.
Got a high AC.
He's a tank. They usually do.
Let me see. So what do I get here? So +3 player armor, which would put me at 21. And the amulet gives me +2, and then the shield gives me +2.
There you go.
Total of 25.
So 24.
Uh,
Or 25, yeah. So, just barely missed him with that last one. All right, go.
Everyone's coming over me and trying to come back. 1 second.
Is he breaking up on your guys' end, or is it just me? Oh, there we go. Welcome back.
Can you guys hear me?
I don't know. My
Yeah, I can hear you now.
internet's going
Okay.
stupid.
No,
I
that was
think it
everybody.
Discord. Yeah, I think it was
Okay.
Discord.
Yeah, probably Discord being pain in the ass. Go ahead and go.
Yeah, I'll just keep killing this thing. Here I go killing again.
Poor Kersey.
Okay.
17 misses, the 21 hits. 12. 55.
Okay, and I'll add a Divine Smite just at 2nd level.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Kersey.
Well, since apparently no one wants me to be friends with this dragon,
Apparently not.
Make friends with a good dragon.
make friends with whoever I want to make friends with.
Remember,
Apparently not.
this is the same one who slept with the devil.
Obviously.
Which devil?
I don't
There's
know.
been a
The
The
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa.
Oh, the Rakshasa.
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa. Okay. I don't have my stats for my scythe, but I do want to try and hit it with that. Start getting experience with it.
Okay. I can't even remember. I actually have to look at them. We'll use the glaive stats. What's a glaive stats, Galahad?
And it has reach, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, does it add anything to her attack?
What is she doing, sir?
She's going to attack with her scythe, and I'm using the glaive stats as kind of like a reskin.
Oh yeah, it's just 1d10, I believe.
Okay, so 1d10 for damage.
Plus your strength.
Yeah, for her, for him, that's gonna be fun.
Modifier?
We'll say it's a steel mated, and it was a good one. I remember his roll. We'll say it's a +3. All right. No. That's for damage. You want to do a d20 to go to hit him. So it's a d20 +3. Oops.
Oh, I could see 20.
Yeah. So 1d20 +3. You know, there's a little dice thing on the side that you can actually specify. Just makes things easier than having to type it all out.
That's what I
My
use.
keyboard is-
Oh, wait,
I
wait,
keep
what?
hitting the wrong button.
On the left-hand side, you see the little d20 die?
It's under the ruler.
Oh my god.
If you
That
click,
was the first thing I noticed when I started playing with you guys.
yeah, if you click on it, it gives you a list of all the dice that you have to roll.
Okay. I keep struggling to
I
type
see
in
that.
the correct.
You want me to do it for you?
There we go.
Good.
I got it.
Okay, +3, so 16. Yeah, unfortunately that misses.
Damn it.
Bonus action?
I'm gonna talk to it again and be like, please, can't we be friends?
You attack me and then ask to be friends. You will all die.
To be fair, you attacked me before I even thought about attacking you.
You're a big scary dragon.
Alright, that's the 6 seconds, unfortunately. That's all you get. Razik. He is looking really torn up right now. I'll leave it at one really good shot. We'll probably take him out.
Finish him.
Big scary sexy
Let's see what I got to work with here. Okay. All right. All right, I'm going to hit him with a guiding bolt. Oh, wait, no. Wait. First, I'm going to hit him with the sunbeam.
Okay.
Bonus action.
Okay.
Gimme.
Ooh, made it again.
Well.
Let's see.
It's just 30 then.
Okay, so. Okay. He's looking really rough. He's pretty close to the edge from what you can tell.
Okay. How does the forest look around us?
Still intact for now. I mean, aside from the trees that the first dragon knocked over coming that way, and the few trees that were around when this one appeared out of the ground, there's no, thankfully there's been no fire damage. But yeah.
Keeping Galahad's protestations in mind, I'm going to throw this at the ground as I want to keep as little trees within the radius of this as possible.
Fireball.
I'm going to hit him with a fireball.
Okay. You manage, because he's such a large creature, thankfully you won't do any damage. Oh, jeez. He's dead.
Yes!
Razzik the Dragon Killer.
I am collecting all the teeth. Just all of them.
Okay, there's something about the second one that seems odd. And if you want to collect the teeth, roll a nature check.
Okay, I'm going to guidance myself. Make sure I do it right. No, my teeth.
Well, he can help, but it's two dragons.
I'm collecting them for you.
Yeah. So Galea's pretty much got you beat you to it. Alright. You do manage. Okay, 12. Oh, okay, you beat him. Between the two of them, you managed to get. Let's see. Managed to get about 58 teeth. Unfortunately, you break some others.
Is it possible that I could? This is probably going to be hard to do, but is it any possible that I could get bones?
You would literally have to carve the hide off of these dragons, and that's going to take a long time.
Never mind. Is it worth it?
I mean, might be easy if you go for their knees and elbows.
Yeah, I mean, if you're only going for certain parts, you're fine. But if you're trying to get, like, something, it depends on what you're looking
I'm going for ribs to make bows.
It would take far too long.
They got horns.
They do have
I don't know if that might help or...
Okay. Can I do that?
I'll roll another nature check.
Kira's placing flowers on their heads while they're just being, like, dismembered.
I know, it's a mess up. As you go to cut some of them off, they each have probably a good 10 to 15 horns apiece. You managed to get 6 total.
Sweet.
All of them would be decent enough to make short bows. They're small creatures. As soon as you get done, you watch the second one as it seems to just disintegrate. What do you do?
Can I take the dragon dust?
As you begin to gather the dragon dust, you can see there's a big heart there that's still there.
I want to take the heart.
Ooh.
Fuck you guys.
Okay. Kerosene gold of hers. Okay.
Feel free.
As you pick up the heart, make a wisdom saving throw.
Knock yourself out. +4.
Apparently I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember you have a +4.
It's a dragon heart?
Yeah, it's a dragon heart. It's from the second dragon.
17.
Okay, so
Can I
17.
bardic inspiration that or no? Because it's a save.
Nope, can't. It's a save. Yeah, you don't make it. You watch Kerosene
There you
just
go.
fall over unconscious.
Yeah, funny joke. You're totally unconscious.
I rush over and try and like shake her awake.
Oh, is she
I'm
actually?
gonna try medicine.
I'll just lay on hands here.
Make a medicine check. You can make a lay on hands if you want.
Everybody's
that.
testing kerosene.
Yes.
It's all
Kerosene's
part of
dream.
the plan.
Alright, Glees, from what you can tell, aside from the one lightning damage that she took, you don't see any other wounds. You can't seem to explain why she's unconscious. Even shaking her doesn't seem to do anything. Or shaking him doesn't seem to be doing it.
Can I use cure wounds to maybe bring her back?
You both
Bring
are-
some.
You both are welcome to try.
I might just blacked out during this. I'm not experiencing anything or remembering anything.
I will send it to you in a private message. Check Discord in a minute. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. You guys do healer, but he doesn't wake up.
Uh-oh.
Rest in
Right,
fucking
lesser
pieces.
restoration.
Here's these fucking ghosts now.
That's restoration doesn't work.
No, not with this. Yeah,
Hmm.
just wait.
Does she appear to be alive?
From what you can tell, he's breathing normally, seems fine, but it's like, you open, you pull up the eyelids and lights are on, but nobody's home kind of thing.
I'll try and send a message over our telepathic link to him. Hello, you there? You alright?
No response.
Is this thing on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Sorry, the
response.
old kerosene can't come to the phone right now. Because he's fucking dead.
Please use a massage.
Well,
I'll look up at everybody. Should we take her back to the camp?
might be worth it. Can I try and can I do a medicine check to just see if I know what's going on? Like what happened?
Seriously, check your Discord. You are welcome to do a medicine check.
Nope.
For the cure wounds, Galetus, by the way, you have to roll a d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay. Hold on.
Kerosene did take damage, so the healing you guys are doing will be healing Kerosene. Okay, so Kerosene, you get 11 points of health back. If you have any questions, you can feel free to respond, Kerosene.
Alright.
I was trying to do everything and type that out to you at the same time. So you may have others.
Raza, can you do the spell fire? Will that maybe burn it away?
Razak said a BRB. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess we should take her back to the camp, because I have no idea.
All right. Well, how about, since it is time, how about we take a quick 10-minute break? That way, if Kerosene has any questions, I
Yeah.
can respond, and then everybody can get their bathroom breaks and whatnot in. I'll be right back in a second, though.
Let me grab some food. Back a bit.
I need a drink. Hold on. Be right back.
Okay. What did I miss? Hello?
5-minute break.
Yeah, 5 minute break.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right, I'm back.
So, job getting better, bud?
Huh?
Is the job going better?
I'm still in a rough time with the menu, but I'm working on it. But from what I've heard from both my store manager and our regional manager, even my coworkers who I thought hated me apparently are saying good things about me. So I guess I'm doing good.
Cool. Yeah, if
Yeah.
not, just work on a few at a time. You know what I mean? Don't try and, take in the whole thing at once. Just, break it down to pieces.
Yeah, I think that's my problem is I'm trying to do it all at once. I mean, they want me to know all that, but I can't seem to, gather it all at once. I do have a few pieces of it, so when they ask for certain things, I can easily do it. But, the rest of it is, I just got to work on it because some of the stuff, like there are certain things that, certain, subs that are, common and that are constant, so I know those. It's the ones that are more rare that people barely use that are the problem.
Yeah. Hey, out of curiosity, you guys
I'm
are
back.
right? No, never mind. I'll ask later.
No, go ahead. I mean, we still got a minute.
What time are you guys ending at roughly?
No clue.
All right. Are you available tomorrow?
After work, yeah, I'm fine. I have, because I only work. I'll probably be home, say about 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I do have Saturday and Sunday off. I do have something to do Saturday, but I do have all Sunday off. So
All right. I'll try and get with you a few questions for the next one. That's all.
okay,
Just finishing up the sheet because I had to do a lot of custom thing.
gotcha. I mean, and you're welcome to, just send me a quick message in case you need it.
It's not a big deal. I can just wait.
Okay.
Sorry about stealing your guys'
No, you're good.
chapter.
We were on a break anyways. I really needed to go. I was like, come on, hurry up. Curious.
I'm about to blow, man.
I was, man, really. Too much soda.
I got me some Kool-Aid.
Ooh, wish I could spell.
All right, I sent you a quick message
Gotcha.
for backstory.
Also,
That's the continent.
also, I messaged you on Facebook. I don't know if it's me or Madison, but I messaged you on Facebook on one of our accounts.
All right, 1 second. The continent is the first one I gave you.
Yep.
That is the name of the main city.
Did you make a new world, or is it the same world?
Same world. Things were just going to be a little different because, like I said, it's going to be about 650 some odd years into the future, so to speak. So there's a little more leeway, and if people want to talk to me about certain things, I may allow certain things I've really kind of kept from these current campaigns. I may open it up a little bit. It all depends on who's doing it. Is more specific. Like Gunslinger, I'm not big on, mainly because Rashid screwed that up for everybody. But with the right person, I will allow it. I just got to, it's nothing against all my players, but I got to feel confident with the player that they're going to use it properly, and got to remember that guns are going to be very rare in the world for now. But again, at least for Monday's game, I know they're going to be somewhat rare. So, it's not like they can go into any shop and pick up gunpowder and stuff like that. They're going to have to go to certain people.
Like the black market.
Fantasy gun control.
Pretty much.
For next campaign, is everybody going to start at like level 1 or...
I've decided that as much as I like everybody starting at level 1, I think for the RP purposes, I think if you guys had already been working together for a little while, so I'm going to say start you guys off at level 3. So, when this campaign ends, you guys probably should get together and discuss, or, we can have a session 0 where all this gets discussed, which I already plan on anyways. Where you guys discuss, what you guys were doing previously, what kind of little menial tasks that you did at the beginning, to kind of draw you together as a group and work together as a group.
I'm gonna miss Kerosene.
I'll miss Galadus because he was our first character meeting Will and all you guys. You were my first group.
Well, it depends on what you guys do. Mark, you saw how it went in Monday game, and so do something. You don't have to do something specifically like that, but do some great deeds, and that's all it takes. Like what you guys are doing, working on, trying to change the Nemesi thought process. 650 years in the future could be a big difference.
I'm mostly just gonna miss Kerosene for Kerosene.
Yeah, Kerosene is awesome.
You're just gonna miss boning everybody.
He is the gem.
Yeah, I gotta admit, Kerosene is a fun character.
I just realized my mic has been muted for like 2 minutes now. God,
All good.
I hate my life. I've been talking to myself. I was like, why is everyone ignoring me? I'm so hurt.
We're just fucking pissed at Galahad.
Yeah, I was like, damn. Cool.
That's what you get for killing that blue dragon the Kerosene could have been with.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Convinced
It's all your fault, Galahad.
Yeah, yeah.
I was sort of...
When in doubt, blame the paladin.
I was
That's
playing
generally
around
true.
with the idea of, like what I was talking about earlier, how I dressed, putting that as a character, and I farted around with an app I have, and what I came up with was like, it was like a tiefling rogue who would become an assassin with a charlatan background and was like doing something, I don't know, like ringleader-esque, but for this, whatever happens in the future.
I could definitely see an assassin.
I like the idea of her being like a reincarnation of Kerosene, so being the exact same in terms of just fucking her ass.
It's like the Dalai Lama, really.
She sleeps with them. She sleeps with them, gets what she needs, and then she kills them while they're asleep.
Surely one of the
Oh,
many descendants of Kerosene.
Exactly.
Yeah, as much as Kerosene's been sleeping around, it's bound to happen.
But no,
There's a kid somewhere.
And reincarnation.
Wait, he's
So
a guy.
It is Kerosene. So
How would he
So
have a
the thing
kid?
is, the way Kerosene works is get in, get off, get out.
You need me to explain how reproduction works.
I'm picturing her like that was my bad.
Well, remember,
So
Kerosene doesn't care whether it's male or female. Kerosene has never cared about that. And there have been a few that have been female. Remember, sometimes when you guys go into taverns and you guys are drinking,
Vampire.
The
you know what?
vampire. She slept with the vampire. She was female.
Yes, but you also
Yeah.
know that, when Kerosene is in the bar, I have her roll and see, and usually ends up sleeping with quite a few in the bar.
Yeah.
Guarantee some of them are female.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly, but like with reincarnation, it's literally Kerosene, but with Kerosene with titties.
More power means
Well,
more power
I mean,
with the titties.
I played an assassin on the Monday game, even though it was just brief. I had Thorn. He was an assassin. So,
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
I do want a little difference from your previous character. I don't want an exact replica because what's the point? Nothing against the characters. I love the characters, but I do want a little bit of a difference. I'm not saying, you have to change, that you can't use any of the previous traits of your character. I just prefer a little more variety.
She's definitely gonna be more murderous. Like, anytime anything inconveniences her, oh, let's kill them.
Excellent.
Which it feels less chaotic neutral, more like chaotic evil, but...
It depends. You could probably pull something off. You can even do lawful evil. Technically, I'd allow that one. Within reason. I mean, within reason. You gotta remember. Most of the people you're going to be with are probably going to be of a good or neutral alignment. So you got to keep that in mind.
I was actually going to play a necromancer, so it's kind of on the border.
See, I
That could be
thought about
neutral.
necromancy too, honestly.
That could be neutral as long as you can.
I was neutral, yeah. Super neutral.
Basically, the way I see it. I mean, I'm not specific about alignments too much. I mean, it comes into play for certain things, and I will challenge your alignment if I think you're doing something that doesn't quite fit with the way I see it. But mainly it comes down to the fact of if you can explain to me, no matter your alignment, like if you can explain why if you're a lawful evil character and you're not doing a murder hobo, but you're at least, killing proper targets, then I would give some leeway to that. So if you can give me a good explanation as to why they are who they are, I'll give it more credence than I would if you just said, okay, I'm just going to run around, I'm going to sleep with everything and kill things. I'm going to make your alignment, I'm going to have to change your alignment, and it's going to be fun with your group. So, keep that in mind.
I shall develop her own personality over time.
There you go. I mean, that works too. I mean, and remember, you can always do alignment changes. Alignment changes can happen. You guys are kind of pushing it at times. Galahad.
Oh.
When?
Yes, get called out, bitch.
When?
Well, first thing you do is you go after the dragon who hasn't done anything to you yet.
I know it's an evil dragon.
It's lawful evil. It could have just been you're
It
invading.
has evil in the name. I'm a paladin.
Fair enough.
Evil is literally in the name.
But you're also
You
going
will
in.
rush to kill things.
But it also goes right. You're going right into
yeah.
its territory. How would you like it if someone broke into your home and killed you just because?
Well, he's kind of like it's evil. That's why he's chaotic.
And
He's
that's
a
why.
chaotic
And
gift. He's evil, so he doesn't give a shit.
But not everything you guys have attacked have had the evil part in their alignment.
That's kind of like in line with the
Evil, but
whole.
not do anything evil.
Well, that's in line with the whole like paladin, like slay the evil dragon.
Yeah, I know.
It's very much.
I mean, I'm not so much specifically saying the dragon. I'm saying there have been a few times where a couple of you have kind of a little iffy on the alignments, but
I mean,
I don't push it too
Razik
much.
for sure.
Yeah, Razik. Kill everything.
And then bring it back to life. and then
Yeah, he's really weird.
forcibly press it into service into your army.
He's in a gray area.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, that's like, hey, gray weave. That's all that's my
Yeah,
deal.
It is in character all along.
Yeah, I mean, he gets away with a lot because of that. All right. Okay.
And Galahad's response there, that picture sums it up pretty well.
I would like to say, so is this
True.
necromancer? Is this
If it's
is this
evil,
the Bob Ross still? Is this the Bob Ross necromancer?
I'm considering.
God.
That would be wonderful. That would be the
I'm
best.
just gonna go
Revive this
the happy little ass beating.
So some
Oh my
happy little
God.
skeletons over here.
We sold Bob Ross costumes at my Halloween store, and I don't recall a single one being sold, and that was very
What?
disappointing.
Yeah, I'm
Tragic.
We
offended.
sold many Gokus, though. There were lots of Gokus.
Hell yeah.
I saw a few of those.
All right. We're all back
Anyways,
now.
so Kerosie's sort of dead. Kind of, not really.
Kersey's just unconscious. Kersey, make another wisdom save, please. Add +4 to
Plus
it.
4?
Still +4. She's still within range.
Ah,
Oh!
She went
what?
deeper.
Isn't that a shame?
Right.
Good news is, Kersey's eyes spring wide open. Bad news
Oh,
is...
wait, is this magic?
Yes.
She has advantage on saving throws.
Okay, okay, so reroll.
Why do I get it?
Because it's magic. Yeah, because
Why was I not told this earlier?
we forgot.
Yeah.
Galahad!
I thought
I
it was a,
forgot. I'm sorry. I lost.
thought it
Write
was
this shit down!
that was a
It
plus
doesn't come
4.
with an inscription on the blade, you know. I have to remember.
His aura gives a +4. His holy aura gives a +4.
Yes!
Nice. That's a perfect save.
Get a
What
fucking-
the
get a fantasy
fuck?
Sharpie
I know.
right
Goes
now.
from one to the other. There is no middle ground there.
The sword comes in handy.
Okay. Kersey, from your vision, you are thrown back and you wake up to see Galahad, Galitas, and Razagol standing over you
Hi.
looking extremely worried.
I don't recall drinking.
Uh,
Why
You
am I
picked up a-
clothed? Why are you
the
guys
dragon-
clothed?
Is the dragon heart still like in her hands or what?
Yep.
I'm keeping
Can I
it.
kick it?
No! Fuck you!
We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know that. That's what did it. She just fell over.
Yeah.
She grabbed it and then
That's-
immediately fell over.
You know what? Galahad, make an intelligence check. Make an intelligence check.
There's a
God.
pretty okay.
I'll say you have advantage. I'll say you have advantage just because there's a pretty good correlation. So,
There.
no, your first one was better anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what you could tell, from what you gather, that dragon heart had something to do with her going, with him going unconscious.
I'll kick it like a soccer ball.
Yeah.
Just do an attack roll. Just roll a d20 actually.
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I don't
come
want you
on.
killing
Do I have
him.
any way to defend against this?
Dexterity. See if you can move away quick enough.
Do I add my strength?
Yeah,
I'm
because
thinking.
because you're trying to kick it hard. So add your strength. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, come on.
Sorry. He's trying to kick it hard. As far as he sees, it's a danger to you. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
I was gonna say, could I use my bardic inspiration, but I doubt that would save me.
Nah. No. Well, no, a D10 would have.
It could, yeah.
You know what?
Go ahead if you want to. What you have to get? Oh my! You go to kick
There you
it.
go.
You go to hardcore kick it, and
Galahad.
Kersey grabs it and just pulls it away, and you just get nothing but
I'm
air.
fine with it if she says how she inspires herself. I'm
Okay,
curious.
there we go. I am kind of curious. Too.
Mortal Kombat theme. I hum it.
Just do it.
Awesome. Okay, I'll give it just for that reason alone.
So do I just flip comically? I just hit air.
Yeah, you just hit nothing but air as Kersey draws it closer to him.
Damn it!
Fuck you, Charlie Brown.
I was thinking that too.
Nice.
I eat shit and then go prone.
No, you just. I mean, you actually, yeah, with your. Because you were going strength.
The
You were trying
force
to.
of my yeah.
Yeah, the force of you trying to kick that thing, you're basically trying to punt it into the uprights, and you miss. Yeah, you fall flat on your ass.
Knock the wind out of me. God damn case.
Fuck you.
It's evil. It just
Who
took over your
cares?
brain.
It has a heart.
Yeah.
I'm
we
holding
can
it.
see that.
You literally carved it out.
That's
No,
no.
no. If you recall
Just
correctly,
kind of fell out.
yeah, if you recall correctly, the dragon that it was in, which was the second dragon, just disintegrated into dust. The only thing that was
Ooh.
left as he scraped away, moved away the ash, was that heart.
Is it fleshy or is it like stone?
That's the weird thing. It's stone.
Yes.
Why's
And
that good?
This is the key, isn't it?
correct, Kersey.
Oh,
Now that
shit.
now that you look at it a little more closely, from what you recall in your vision, this was one of them.
Hey, and you wanted to be friends. We needed its heart the whole time.
No, you needed the
I
second
mean-
one. You could have befriended the first one.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then killed its brother.
And then killed its brother.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
we'll be
could have
best.
stayed alive in him as long as no one else knew that the key was within him.
Yeah, you never know. Unfortunately, you'll never know now.
I can't.
Yep, too late. Rip.
Well, I have the stone.
Hell yeah.
Can I?
EZ.
I'm gonna pass on what I saw while unconscious to them.
Okay. What Kersey basically relays, and I'll relay it for her so she doesn't have to. She was thrust into the Temple of the Elements, where you all got your pendants. The original Guardians, the ones who you got the pendants from, had all the stones collected, and one of them, began chanting, which Kersey immediately knew was a spell of teleportation. And as they tossed the stones up in the air, all of them just disappeared.
Oh.
All the stones disappeared?
Yes, all the stones disappeared.
Bad luck.
From what Kersey gathered from the dream was he determined that they were trying to keep the stones from ever being placed back in their positions to open the prison.
That's a good thing.
Yes, they were doing good. I mean, they are the Guardians of the Elements. They are the same ones who sacrificed themselves to imprison him.
Alright. Well, lit.
What do you guys do? The feeling now has gone away, by the way. You no longer have the hair standing up or the chill in the back.
I thought we were gonna face a fear demon.
The last
Because I
time
know them so well.
last time the stones were together, they were deliberately scattered away in order to never awaken the sarcophagus or what have you.
Correct.
The seal.
They were literally scattered away intentionally by the Guardians themselves to ensure that the prison was never opened.
They shouldn't be kept together.
So whenever they threw up the stones, did they disappear?
The stones did, not the Guardians. The Guardians stayed there. The spell was specifically... This was a unique teleportation spell. Probably something you guys may learn later on down the road. But this was a unique teleportation spell specifically designed to target the stones and send them to the far corners of the world.
What I would do, why not just throw them into another plane? I'll say that in character.
They're plane traversing beings.
Yeah.
Kersey, when you saw them give the stones, did they take on the same kind of form as the same figures we saw in the Temple of Elements? The same figures that are encased in stone?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
As in, like when they cast the stones away, did they themselves become statues?
No, Kersey, you were pulled back actually before we got to see that part. You just saw them literally throw the stones up, the stones disappeared, and then you were pulled back because of your awesome roll. So you don't know, but you do know that the figures that were standing there were the Guardians that you guys originally encountered in the Temple of the Elements. So they were the ones that you have the pendants from. So probably after that is when they did that.
All right, so whatever we do to seal this Chronons away, we don't do what they did because it didn't work.
It worked for a long time. I mean, it was 1,300 years before the first stones were ever uncovered.
What if we
It's
want to
just
end it?
it would be an endless cycle.
True.
Who knows how many times this has been happening before? Like how many heroes have come together to banish this god over and over again?
Good question.
We need to get rid of them permanently.
Let's eat him.
Put that off for now. I mean,
Well,
put a tick in that. But,
I didn't.
Um,
No, he didn't actually say that.
we
I-
just need to get rid of the stones permanently. That way, he's locked away forever. That nobody can find a way to release him. Like get rid of the stones themselves, not just throw them across the world, but I'm talking about get rid of them permanently.
if we get rid of the stones, will he die or will he just be like locked away forever?
as far as you guys know, the stones are just the keys to unlock the prison, which would mean if the stones aren't, if the stones aren't put in their position, the prison will never be opened.
Oh, sweet. So yeah.
I knew.
He'll be in prison forever.
Yeah.
Now, if I remember correctly, we gave two to the two demigods,
Mm-hmm.
and they took them into another plane, didn't they?
Correct. There are two missing
Do
from
we
the
need
world.
to get them back?
You don't know.
I got an idea, but you're not gonna like it.
Uh-oh.
If we were to put the keys in the portable hole and then insert a bag of holding into the portable hole, that would most certainly destroy them, but it would destroy near everything in a very, very, very large vicinity.
Correct.
Space.
That much you know. Yeah, that much
We
is
just need to get spacecrafts again.
yeah, Razik, from your knowledge of magic, doing something like that, especially with those type of powerful magical items like that, yeah, the devastation wrought by that would be on a huge scale. It would easily wipe out a city.
Catastrophic.
Yeah, it would easily wipe out a city. It's not world-ending, but it would probably be enough to destroy an entire continent.
Mm. So I relay this information to everyone.
Jesus.
We just need to get one of those spacecrafts again.
That was
Make
all a
some kind of
dream.
contraction.
It's all a dream.
The only thing I can think of to prevent any kind of loss of life
Airship?
is not going above ground, but going below it.
Explode the planet from the inside. Just as
But-
by mistake.
Underwater.
It would
Ooh.
still be an explosion. This isn't dealing with fire. This is magic.
It would still be an explosion.
Why not bury?
But you guys do know that, like, if it was underground or something like that, that would limit the devastation that would be wrought. If you did it just on the surface, yes, it would cause massive devastation. If you did it somewhere where there was more enclosure around it, it would probably limit the blast, so to speak.
One big tsunami, though.
Yeah.
I'm going off of like my knowledge of like Bikini Atoll nuclear tests.
Yeah.
Where the force is very much absorbed by the water, but you're gonna have a little bit of some tsunamis coming at the coastal areas.
Of wherever you did it, yeah. Your best bet would be go out into the middle of nowhere, as far, middle of the water, as far away from land as possible, and then somehow going deep down into the water and then doing it. But that means somebody would be sacrificing themselves.
I do have water breathing.
Yes, but do you want to sacrifice yourself? Because that would be an insta-kill for whoever did it. I'm telling you that now. There's no way you
That
could
was
survive.
probably the end of the campaign, anyways. Huh?
Galadis goes quiet.
That is a possibility.
Galadis goes quiet, and Galadis goes quiet as. Are we talking about this? Are we actually pitching ideas?
I would say we're actually talking.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
am.
I would say.
Okay. Alright, then Galadis will go quiet as you mentioned the whole water thing. And he'll mention that he has water breathing. He stands there for a second, real silent, crosses his arms. I'll do it.
Wait. So I'm sure someone has necromancy. We can just have a zombie do it.
Poor
That-
zombie is always sacrificed.
That sound. I mean, Galahad. I'm sorry, but
Mm,
think of the lives that this could potentially save,
yeah.
and the soul that could be put
Brothers.
at rest. Finally,
Brothers,
True.
I have nothing to lose. All I have is my name, really, and that's not much of anything. I will be more than happy. If we have to, I'll be the one to do it.
I mean, again,
I see
zombies.
you did one.
We
I
don't
see.
have
Well, we
to
can keep it in
sacrifice
mind and
ourselves.
see how it goes. Play it by ear.
you are truly a hero, and I am awed at your willingness to sacrifice yourself for the greater good. But we might have some better
That's
opportunities.
That's if we think of something better, so be it. But if someone has to go, and I will do it.
Seems to me we know a certain necromancer.
Oh, fuck you.
Wait,
I was waiting.
who's the necromancer?
We
Who?
had a
Galahad?
whole thing. Oh, Jesus.
Regnum.
Wait, what?
Regnum.
Remember the
Oh,
boat
God.
while you were fucking the vampire?
Kind of.
When you guys appeared in the boat and
Yeah.
you met Regnum, the
Right.
Lich. He's a
Oh,
necromancer. He's
right,
actually the most powerful necromancer on the planet.
Well,
I don't like him.
I can just rev-
I was sad I didn't get to sleep with him.
No,
Hey,
I'm
there
glad
still
you
may be a
didn't.
chance with what you guys are thinking. He can create a zombie. He can, bring back the dead. He has that capability, so he could do exactly what you guys are asking. And
you don't need like, a crazy powerful lich.
No,
the
but the aesthetic.
the other
Think of it.
our
Yeah.
other option is to sacrifice our good friend here, or someone else, or I mean the way I see it, the only good option, the only ethical option, is to remove a creature that has been unnaturally brought back from the dead and release them to their afterlife without having to worry about any long-lasting damage. That life was already gone. But if we can convince him to sacrifice one of his own to end Cronon's reign, well, think of all the lives we'd be saving. The undead life included, their immortal soul could finally be at rest.
Shouldn't we collect all the stones first, or do we have them all?
you guys now have 8. Well, no, 6 because you sent 2 away.
Well, I mean,
Well-
as long as they don't have all of them, even if we destroy
Okay,
they couldn't awaken him, can they?
As far
okay, how about this?
as far as you guys know, it requires all the stones in order to unlock the prison fully. If they only put in X amount of stones, then he only has so much sway. He would still be able to exert some of his force, but he wouldn't be able to exert all of it like he would if he was fully released.
So worst things worst, we destroy what we have.
So is he, even with all of these stones destroyed, is he still able to exert pressure on the real world?
Very minimally. It's more of just messing with the weak-willed and being able to turn them to his cause.
Okay, now say that we
That is too funny. I was waiting.
get all the stones, and we get this necromancer
Rapunzel,
to.
Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Sorry, sorry, Madison's playing Assassin's Creed Origins. Anyway, say that we actually get this Ragnum guy to get a zombie. How do we know that he's actually going to go through with this?
Oh, he's
Uh,
super evil. I don't trust him at all. But we could just
I
turn into a less
don't
powerful necromancer, but that'd be less narratively satisfying. So
Or alternatively, one of us could just learn a necromancy skill.
I literally get one in like a couple levels. But you know,
There we go, Galahad with his fucking moral.
I know, right?
From what I could tell, he seemed to be very interested in ending Cronon's rule. I mean, say what you will about his practices, but he has the same ultimate goal that we do.
He just wants to go about it.
I can tell you.
His difference is he just wants to go about it a different way. He's literally been attacking Cronon's forces from what he told you himself. He's been attacking Cronon's forces and then turning them.
my only provision: no undead touch me, or they get swatted.
They're already dead. What does it matter?
It's,
They won't care.
That's perfectly fair. Perfectly fair.
One provision. Oh fuck me! Let's go. Goddamn.
Don't say that around KFC.
Kara's eyes just perk up.
So he's on Auric.
Kara's eyes just like light up pretty much whenever he says that.
Oh, there's also a key on Auric.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust anything that's evil, especially the undead.
Trust me, we're not gonna. We just need his help a little bit. He's probably gonna fuck us over, but you know, we'll deal with that when we come to it.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good judge
And
of character, and from what I saw in him, he legitimately wants to end Chronons by whatever means he has available to him. I mean, the man was absolutely enthralled by my wily charms, and he essentially divulged to me that that's what he wants. He wants to end Chronon. He wants to end this reign of chaos that would ultimately be the destruction of this world, and he's a inhabitant of this world. Now I know I hate it too. I hate the fact that he goes about and brings the dead back to life and uses their bodies for his own machinations, but I think we might have a kindred spirit in him.
Maybe as a sign of good faith, he could give us information or just give us the key that's on his continent, because he's in control of the entire continent.
And so when he goes up, and so we give him these keys. What's to stop him from going to the Temple of the Elements, releasing Chronon, him facing Chronon, and losing? I mean, he may be a powerful wizard, and he may defeat him. But the thing is, he would take the place of Chronon. So we would have an undead god.
Make a zombie.
It's more like he doesn't. I think he's smart enough to know that he can't defeat Chronons. He just can help us, kill him. So he'll send a servant to just take the keys down. I don't think he has anything to gain by, taking the keys. I mean,
couldn't our dragons also help us create zombies that could just go underwater and do this? Like,
if they were around, they probably could.
So why are our dragons going again?
You
Why
don't
did
know.
they abandon us?
They told you they had something extremely important that came up that they had to take care of immediately. That if you absolutely needed them, they would be there. But their attentions were required elsewhere for now.
Wonder when that's gonna come back into play. Well, that doesn't inspire confidence.
I know, right?
I say we get this lich if we're to make a deal. Give us the key that it's on his continent as kind of a sign.
Everybody make a perception check with advantage.
Oh Jesus! A third blue dragon.
No.
You killed my mother. Okay.
Again, they were young.
What's young for a dragon?
I'd have to look again. I think they're 500 to 1,000 years old.
Good lord.
Something like that. I'd have to relook again in Dragon Ages.
For a young one? Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember exactly. I think it's something like that, but I'd have to look again.
Damn, that's badass.
I'm not sure if the Monster Manual has it, but I'll check. By the way, you guys see a large fireball come screaming out of the sky.
Headed towards us.
No, it literally is just crossing across. You know, you just see it up in the sky.
From one side to the other. Okay.
So's Vaughn's comet.
Use your firebending.
A young, by the way, is
Once Alana's name was that.
a young, by the way, is 6 to 100 years old.
Dang.
Just checked.
Is it like a meteor? Is it just a fireball spell? Like, can we tell?
I'll allow you to roll an Arcana check to tell.
Ooh.
So anyone trained in it would be able to do it.
Ooh.
What is it again?
You have to be trained in Arcana. This is something very specific.
Okay.
That requires.
What is being trained in Arcana?
Means you have to be proficient in Arcana.
Oh, I'm not proficient in it. I just have a skill set with it.
Yeah, you,
Okay, so how do
I got a
you-
couple spells.
yeah. I think that'd only be you. I think
Wait, trained in Arcana as in
Only
as
be me?
spells, or like trained specifically with
as in
Arcana?
you have to be proficient in Arcana. So if you're proficient in
think
Arcana,
that's
you can.
Terrible.
From what you can tell, it's magic of a sort, but it's definitely not a fireball. It's too large. Even with what you guys know, you more specifically, fireball of that size, it's never been heard of. This thing is massive, and you see it just sailing across the sky. It's going from east to west.
Well, that's the biggest fireball I've ever seen. That's got to be some kind of extremely powerful wizard or something.
Big wizard ball.
Only kerosene. Only kerosene.
Is it like gonna land? Do we notice that it's gonna land nearby?
From what it looks like, the way it's going, it's probably going to land offshore.
Let's go, suit.
Then come, let's go find it. See what this is.
Yeah, why not?
I'm more concerned with where it came from.
It
And
just
that-
seemed to appear out of nowhere.
Well, maybe where it came from is we'll find out more whenever we see what it is.
All right, I go in
Excellent. Kerosene, with your perception, just because you had the highest, you did notice that as it's streaking across the sky, it seems to be dripping something.
Ew. It's leaking.
The comet's melting.
what's in it.
As you look to where it kind of lands, you did see a couple of drops fall into the forest just off to your west.
I'm gonna go look at the drops.
Look at that.
Okay, you guys all head. In the area where the drops were, there's nothing but decayed plants. There's now a large section of forest that has completely been, it looks like, destroyed by some kind of decay.
Poke it with
Oh
a stick.
no.
Wait.
Can I
Throw a rat in there.
Arcana this? See if this is like necromantic magic.
Yeah, you can certainly try.
I'm gonna go to where
Nice.
it lands.
You guys are going to be taking a long trip. Remember, you're dead center of the forest.
Nightmare.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Just to give you a general idea,
Nightmare.
it's at least more than 240 miles away from you.
Oh, that'd still take a while.
It's still going to take a while. Razik, from what you can tell, it's not a spell. This is definitely not a spell. You can still see, even through all the decay and like the ash that's around it, you can still make out a large glob of some kind of liquid. And as you kind of look at it a little more carefully, it looks like a giant drop of blood.
What the hell?
Must be
I
some
have a
kind of
general
blood
idea.
magic.
Poke it with something.
Poke it with a stick.
Poke it with a rat.
Oh, here we go. I was waiting.
Throw a rat into the pile of blood.
Can I divine sense? Would that do anything?
Sure, you can try.
Alright, I'll try that. Do I sense anything?
It is divine in nature.
God?
Oh no.
This is pure.
Count on this?
This is not just regular divine. This is pure divine in nature.
Can we ask our gods what it is?
Yeah, if you want to.
Alright. I guess I'm a prey to my sex god.
That is so funny. Cyrena responds, Nathan has fallen.
Who?
Nathan, the god of night, the undead.
Who killed him?
Oh.
I knew it was something like that.
Regnum has just taken his spot.
Oh, that's not good. Good thing.
Well, guys, we know a god.
Jesus.
I thought it was Solana myself.
Oh.
Out of character.
But that does explain why the drop of blood that you see, the large drop of blood, destroyed the forest around. He was the god of the undead.
What would happen if the god of sex was replaced?
You have no
Let's
idea.
find out.
Specifically, he was the
Yes,
god.
who becomes the
Specifically, he was the
Harrison
god of
has it.
night, undead, necromancy, ghosts, death, and decay.
god?
Awesome. Let's fuck him up.
So, okay. I'm assuming you relay this to everyone. This fact that Regnum has, or that
I passed.
Okay.
I do.
Nathan.
so about that plan.
Yeah.
Scratch that one.
I don't think it'd do very good to replace.
So now he can probably take it.
Yes, we would not want to replace one god of horrific abuse and evil with one other.
Yeah. That's wow.
Wait. You said fallen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's specifically what she
Is
told
that-
you.
Does that mean he made landfall?
So let's go find out.
Come on, we'll stop.
Well,
Is
No,
this?
Time on The Walking Dead.
Can I look closer at
can
this?
that pray to Solana?
Sure, go ahead. What Galahad?
So it's just like a blob is where this landed? A blob of...
In the center is like a giant blob of blood with some ash mixed in, but within about 300 feet all around it is nothing but dead forest.
Did I sense like life in the blob when I divine sensed?
Very little. Very little.
Oh my goodness.
So
I'm gonna pray to Solana and see if and try to confirm this. Like, see if she tells me the same thing.
She specifically tells you Nathan is dead.
Huh.
My eyes open and I look at everyone. Solana, Solanas told me. He is dead.
The other catch is you knew Nathan was also the god of the Dragir, which is the vampire race.
Hmm.
I mean, can a god of undeath really die?
You don't know, but apparently it can happen. The deities are confirming it. That's two now that have said he's fallen. One specifically said he's dead.
Let's check this out carefully.
I cautiously move forward.
Into the
I'm
blob,
gonna
or
I
you,
say we go check.
into the blob, or are you guys heading towards the coast to see if you can figure out where he landed?
I want to put something living in the blob.
It dies immediately.
What?
Okay, thank you.
Wait,
She puts
hold
another
on.
rat.
Hold up.
I assume she just grabbed a
I'm
stick
on-
or something.
Okay.
It's not like you guys got like a bunch of animals hanging around you right now. I mean, you're in the center of the.
Seriously, Snow White. Yeah.
No, you're the opposite of Snow White.
You are the opposite of Snow White. Let's not have this conversation right now.
He
Here we go
lived
again.
with 7 men.
You're fire black.
Snow White lived with 7 men. You don't think anything happened the
Oh,
whole
man, I want
time.
to see that porno. There's certainly a porno of that.
I'm sure
I
there
don't
is.
want to go there.
Okay.
That's
Anyway.
ruining my childhood.
Do you guys head for the center of the blob just to see, or do you guys instead try and go to the coast?
The coast.
I'd say
Let's
the
see where
coast.
you
I'd
land.
say coast.
The landing site.
You guys finally leave the area of decay, and as you clear out of the forest, your dragons are there.
What?
Beer.
Kinway.
Chrono, what's been going on, my man?
Welcome back, dickhead.
The world turned to shit.
You're telling me.
It would seem so. It would seem the Pantheon is under attack. It seems.
No. That fight is over.
What
think it just
what
went-
happened
where
to
you
him?
went.
Regnum won. He
Is
challenged him.
he
He challenged him on the material plane, and then when Nathan was wounded, Nathan returned to his realm, and Regnum followed.
does that mean Regnum is now
Yeah, you
a
didn't.
member
is
of the
that-
material
is that-
plane?
Is
No,
that not what you assumed earlier?
Regnum has now become a member of the Pantheon. He is now the new
Yeah.
god of the night and the undead and the Dragir.
It's what happens when you replace a god, yo.
Correct.
Did the god who replaced take his place on the material realm?
Because of how it went down, Nathan is barely there. He is severely diminished, we'll keep it at that. He is no longer a god. His titles have officially been stripped of him.
Well,
So is he mortal now?
As mortal as every other person.
well,
Galahad?
I'm gonna put
Galahad, I know this might be hard to take in. We might have to save the former god of undeath.
No, not happening. No.
Yes. I rush over to
No,
the coast.
I know.
Did you
Hear me
just
out.
say what you think I said? What you think?
It may be for the best. We know at least that he's against Chronons.
Are you high still?
This, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I guess me neither, actually.
Well, no, he is kind of talking like he's crazy, so I would give you a little leeway for that. I mean, you could say, "Are you high?" Just take out the still.
Yeah, sure.
So, okay, we know how the god of undeath is. That's a known.
Are you?
Now,
Dude,
now,
don't do the
Galahad.
good push on me.
As you guys are
now,
traveling,
Galahad,
as you guys are having this conversation on your dragonback, by the way, because they did, let you climb on, and they are flying you to the coast. So I'm letting you guys have this conversation here. Your dragons do tell you that he is now a mortal Dragir, and from what they were made aware of, is that he will have no knowledge of his previous existence.
God
Oh.
damn, that's sad.
I'll
We have to save him. That poor
Galahad.
unfortunate soul.
Does he still have magic?
Unknown.
Hmm.
Galahad, I will have to agree with Razik. I mean, he
doesn't
was
have his
part of the
memories.
Pantheon for a reason. And he's... If it was me, I would save him myself.
You
Regardless of what he used to be.
you do recall the Dragir were helping you fight Chronons.
I agree with Razik. I say we save him.
Oh, you said he forgot his memories, so he doesn't even remember being the god of the undead?
Yes, the dragons tell you that his memories were stripped from him, so he has no knowledge of his previous life.
Could it be like, kind of, if you were to have some kind of trigger, would it, set his memories off again?
Unknown.
Oh boy.
He might as well be a clean slate.
But Kersey does have to go, though. I mean, we can leave it there.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
That's a pretty good.
As you guys are streamlining and they're booking it as fast as they can go. I mean, they're limited, but they're still faster than all the other dragons. Their fly speed's 120 feet. Yeah, you guys are
It's
booking
up
it
to
to
you
the
guys.
guys. Sure, cool. I mean, you'd be without Kersey. You guys can still go investigate, but you're leaving Kersey out of it.
I think we should wait myself, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Razzie?
All right, yeah. I would like to encounter this guy, but I think we can probably leave it there if we want to just kind of have a nice cliffhanger.
I think that would be an awesome cliffhanger to hang on.
Dragons are back, baby.
For now.
Yeah. I'll say
Okay. Well, then I will say thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned, as next week they see if they can go find the newly done brand new Nathan.